안녕하세요. Hi everybody, what is up? It is your girl. I'm messing around with the lighting. Let me fix my settings real quick. Welcome to my K-pop live stream. It is the storm of the century. No, it is like almost like a blizzard here now. I'm just playing. For Texas, it's a blizzard, but rest of the country, again, if you guys been underneath the rock or don't know, the whole United States is underneath this winter blitz, and I am here. I don't know how long this live stream is going to be here. Look, I got some hearts already. I don't know how long this live stream is going to be, um, because I am not feeling well today. Hello, Lisa Parker. Hello. I am not feeling well. I'm not feeling too good. My energy levels is low. I was feeling good until like 5 o'clock, and then all of a sudden I started to get really sleepy and tired and started not feeling good. Anyway, but for everybody out there in the storm of the century, stay safe, blah blah. And the first thing we're gonna talk about is the tickets. That's the first thing we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about these BTS tickets. Oh, you say you gotta be going around, Ice Queen. I don't know. I just all suddenly feel like just tired. I'm gonna make it though, y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you, Teresa. I just all suddenly feel tired. Like my energy level went from like normal to like woo. Like I ate like 3 pieces of toast, and so I'm gonna blame it on the toast. And I'm not sick. Like I don't have a cold or anything. Thank you for the floating heart. Oh, I appreciate it. I don't have a guest today. It's just me. It's just me. Thank you, Teresa. It's just me today. I don't have a guest. Sorry, you guys. No guest. I sound like I'm not doing well. Oh, my God. The hair looks cute. Thank you. I did get my tickets. How's the weather? It is 22 degrees here in Texas, in the great state of Texas. There is what do you call it? It's not snowing, but it's ice. It's sleet. It's a little sleety. So that's how the weather's going here in Texas. It's a little sleety. I got my round glasses on today, and I don't like them, so I might take them off. Y'all, I ordered some new glasses. I ordered some new glasses, you guys. I ordered some purple ones. I couldn't help it. Yeah, some people already lost power. I'm surprised we haven't lost power. I live in a small city. If you guys have ever seen my videos driving around I live in a small town, like kind of a rural, remote town. So you're in the United Kingdom. It's freezing in New York. Nothing here yet. Oh my God. I don't want to lose power. Hello, Felix is under your bed. I don't want to lose power. But no guests today, you guys. Just me. Sorry, you guys just get stuck with me. We don't have no Marlon today. Although I think he'll probably pop. He'll probably pop in here and say hi. So no Marlon today. Central Kansas. It's 3 degrees. Whoo! Thank you, Ice Queen. I got a party hat. Party hat. Yeah, last week was definitely fun. If y'all missed the live stream last week, I had my friend on here, and it was wild. It was interesting. But I hate these glasses. Like, these are my old prescription. But my square glasses is like they're getting old. But I ordered some more. It's 4 degrees here in Michigan. I am from Michigan, by the way. If I haven't mentioned, I am not from Texas. I live in Texas, but I'm from Michigan. You apologize. No worry, Teresa. You heard that BTS could sell 7 million of their album? It's 32 degrees and it feels 21. It's 22 here, and I think it feels like it's about 15. I did go outside today. I drove my daughter to her friend's house, which is in the same neighborhood. So when I was scared, though, I'm not going to lie, I'm scared. How did my special friend got you in trouble? Marlon got you in trouble. I'm sorry, Marie Miller. Marlon got you in trouble? How he gets me in trouble every time. Like, we fight all the time. Me and Marlon, I'm going to tell y'all something right now. My special guest last week, Marlon, we fight. Like, it ain't really we, it's just me. It ain't really me. It ain't really him, it's me. I get mad at him because of various reasons. I wonder if Jennifer going to be in here. I heard the pre-sale could be 7 million by March. Oh, wow. I can't believe we got you in trouble, Marie Miller. I'm sorry. That's not my fault. That's Marlon's fault. The new CD is already breaking pre-order records. Really, Katina. Wow. Um, but Marlon, Jennifer will probably be in here too. But Marlon actually moves next week, you guys. He moves to California, so that's why it's a little. It's just strange between us, and I get frustrated at times, and not because I get frustrated at him. I just get frustrated at the situation by him moving. We versus sold out, is it? So anyway, we're gonna talk about BTS, the tickets, the agony, and the ecstasy. We're gonna talk about Cha Eun-woo, that whole situation, the member of Astro, and then we're gonna talk about SM Entertainment. Hey boo. Oh, hi, hey JP. He said, hey boo. Did the tour sell out yet? It's sold out where I'm at. El Paso, I hear. If y'all need to go somewhere, let me tell y'all a little bit of tea before we get started. If y'all are looking for tickets and you don't mind going to El Paso is not sold out. They're talking about that online. El Paso is not sold out. Yeah, him and his tax issues. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to do a whole video. Tonight, I'm not going to break down the tax issues. I have a whole video that I wrote out explaining things in layman's terms about the tax issues and the paper company, what's going on. We're going to talk about the backlash tonight. My husband said he saw Marlon's caressing your arm and being lovey. Hubby said he got you in the mood. You know what? Let me, well, hold on. Wait. That should never get you in the mood, Marlon. Get people. I'm gonna text him after this live stream and be like, "You done got people caught up over here." Marlon be all lovey dovey on camera. He be faking because he be all lovey dovey on camera, but he's not lovey dovey in person. How bad is the weather in El Paso? I don't know. I'm near Dallas. Freaky dicky. Marlon be all up on the live stream, just be like trying to be all like jealous and stuff, and it is not really even like that. I was just like, stop faking. I was like, stop pretending, because it's not even really like that. He's not a jealous guy, and I'm just like, we not again. I only have one ring on my finger, and that's BTS. You see that? I only got one ring on my finger, and that's Bangtan. That's it. That's the only ring I got on my finger is BTS. Y'all see that? My daughter bought me this last Christmas. That's the only ring on my finger. I tell everybody I ain't got no ring and I ain't got no title. So therefore, I consider myself single. Y'all know I didn't say this before over and over again. Dead ass. I ain't got no ring on my finger. I ain't got no title. Therefore, people, what do you, Kiki? I'm single. I'm solo dolo. V and JK got additional damages from that YouTuber that they took to court last year. That Sojan, yeah. You still ticketless? Oh my God. You got scammed? Sugar put a ring on it, don't even know it. Baby, Sugar put a ring on it. I'll be. Anyway, I won't even go there. I did a video about Sugar today for my members, by the way. We won't go to. I did a nice video because I got some other tea. I got a video about Jin coming up this week too, about Jin and about his comments that he made about him thinking that idols shouldn't date. And I had some interesting things to say about Jin. What about the dress? Jennifer's not gonna let me wear a dress. A girl can dream. Yeah, like I said before, if you're looking for tickets, El Paso still has tickets. Plenty of tickets, by the way. We single and right. I'm single until somebody tells me I'm not. That's how I feel. I'm single until somebody tells me I'm not single. That's how I feel. Or until I nab Sugar, one or the other. But I'm single until somebody tells me I'm not single. Until I'm told I'm not single, I'm single. And I'm going to do single as shit. I'm going to do single things. So I don't care how hugged up with me you want to be on camera and in the bedroom. I am still single. You could possibly travel. Did they go after the guy? Totally said, what do you mean? Still praying for Atlanta. I'm still praying for Atlanta too. I was shocked that Atlanta wasn't on the list. We resellers be wilding. I saw online because you know the general sale went online. So let's get into the BTS tour. So today, if y'all didn't realize, it was the general sale today. When we looked at Arlington, Jennifer and I, there was not much left. There was some of the nosebleed sections, like way up at top. There was not, by the time Jennifer went through the line, there was not that many tickets left in Arlington Saturday and Sunday. And then the resellers, we saw tickets on sale right in my area where we sitting for like 13,000. Like somebody was selling tickets $13,000 for tickets in the same section where I was at. I said, Lord have mercy, 13,000. You told your hubby not to dress. He said, at least Jennifer is not nuts. Jennifer said no. She said, I can't wear the dress. But I like I said, we got until August to work on her. We got until August, y'all. Yeah, 13,000. So anyway, so if you guys have not seen my video vlog, I record my video experience. Well, a lot of it. Well, not all of it, but most of it, because I was trying to get tickets. I was so nervous. Y'all know I was so scared and nervous before. Y'all know I was terrified to buy these tickets because I don't really know what I'm doing. And Jennifer buys the tickets. But Jennifer signed up for an Army membership as well. And she was online. So at least I had her. So she was looking on Saturday. I was looking on Sunday. Our experience with SeatGeek. I know you guys had Ticketmaster. I bought Jen's tickets through Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster is pretty cut and dry. You line up, boom, it'll let you in. You see how many people in line. SeatGeek does not tell you how many people are lined up. So I'm going to tell y'all that right now. Because some of y'all were watching the video and y'all were asking me, you were like, you didn't see how many people? We didn't see. SeatGeek don't show that. SeatGeek logged me out. There are other people online who are frustrated with SeatGeek as well. It logged Jennifer out and put her way back into back of the queue. Even though she logged in at 2 o'clock, around 3:15, it put her back to back inside the queue at the end of the queue. For me, I'm in the middle of it, waiting. All suddenly the screen flashes and it logs me out. And then it asked me for my Army membership again. I had to get on my phone, get on Weverse, type in my Army membership, and then hit enter, and then get back in line. And I was thinking to myself, okay, this is it. Like, I'm not gonna get any floor tickets. I'm gonna be way in the back. Because I didn't do anything. I was just sitting there waiting. I started waiting since 2:05. And then 3 o'clock come and it's like, you in line. I swear to God, 3:20, 3:30, it kicks me out. And I'm thinking to myself, oh God, my God, today. I said, this is it. SeatGeek was in Maryland. It logged you out 3 times, girl. Yes. SeatGeek was janky. Like I said, you see it in the video. Y'all didn't get to see the log out because I was so frustrated. There was no way. I was trying to scramble, and there's no way I could have filmed it. But I was scrambling, trying to put in back my Army code. When I bought Gen tickets, it didn't log me out. I put the code in once, and boom, it was ready to go. This was crazy. SeatGeek was crazy. There are other people online. Jennifer was reading other things online, and people had the same experience. SeatGeek was logging them out and putting them at the end of the queue. So there are some people that started to line up as well an hour early and got logged out. Jennifer lost her place in line. I, for some reason, didn't. So I'm at Arlington Stadium in Texas, row 13. So there you go. Row 13. There you go. I don't know how. I looked at the tickets and I said, what? And then, wait a minute. And once SeatGeek did log me and look at the tickets, it didn't show me the best tickets. Baby, I was so mad. Like, I'm looking at these tickets and I'm like, this is a good price. And I realized that mofo, Ticketmaster will default you to the best tickets. SeatGeek did not. It defaulted me to some other, like the best. I don't know what it defaulted to, but I had to click on it. Because I'm like, where are the other tickets at? It didn't default me to the best tickets either. Ticketmaster wouldn't take your membership number. Ticketmaster turned into SeatGeek for you, baby. I'm sorry. I'm surprised it didn't crash either because it looked like SeatGeek was going to crash. SeatGeek was not ready for Army. It was not. Their website looked like it was going to crash. It was blinking and popping and blinking and blunking and blunking. I was like, oh, bro. I was like, hell no. She said, I had in New Jersey closest, Maryland second, Foxborough third. I thought it was Boston Stadium. Fox is out further, harder to get to. Oh, hello, Jasmine. Ticketmaster was horrible for you, but you don't do technology. Shit, Jasmine, I do technology, but SeatGeek don't do technology. SeatGeek don't do Army. SeatGeek to me was not ready for Army. It just wasn't. Like that website, it was blinking and popping, and I was like, oh. And logged me out. I said, oh. I said, what is this? But I got good tickets, and Jennifer, she got okay tickets, but we was going to try. So Jennifer decided to sell her tickets because we were just going to see who was going to get the better ticket. That was our strategy. And so I got the better ticket. She sold hers and I kept mine. But it was a mess. It was yeah, SeatGeek was a mess. And then and then we went online and I was looking at other people's comments and they were having the same issues. So yeah. Marlon is bad. Is Marlon? Tell Marlon thank you for last week. Okay, I'll tell Marlon. If he doesn't come in here, he might come in here in a minute. You heard in Germany 1 million people were in the queue. That's what I heard. I heard that there are some places that had like 300, 400,000 people in the queue. Yeah, they should have prepared for Army. They did not. I said SeatGeek wasn't ready because they little old website looked like it was about ready to crash in any moment. But I got tickets. Congratulations to all the rest of the armies who got tickets. Again, general admission was on sale today. Arlington, there was nothing left really. Arlington, I don't know, maybe people logged in, but Jennifer was looking around and these tickets sold out pretty quick. So Arlington is sold out. El Paso is not. There are other places that are sold out, but I'm saying these are the ones that I know of. Hopefully they'll add maybe San Antonio. And they added more dates in Tampa and Las Vegas. And I hear that they're going to add more. That after the general admission go on sale, don't be surprised if in the morning you will start seeing messages from Weverse saying that they've added more dates and more locations. Don't be surprised. Because they were waiting around to see what the pre-sale does and then the general public sale. And I promise you, BTS is going to sell out most of the venues. BTS need to do at least 3 or 4 shows in London and Germany. Really, a lot of people are coming. Hopefully they'll stream like Jen as well and J-Hope. They should have added more dates to Canada. They should. Because I heard that Toronto sold out quickly. Like everybody was flooding Toronto. They should have added. Hopefully they'll add more dates. Like I said, I was happy to see they added more dates to Tampa and Las Vegas. Because from what I heard, Tampa and Las Vegas sold out real quick. Like them pre-sales was like boom, boom, boom. They was on it. So, I mean, my ticket buying experience was nerve-wracking. It was scary. I was about to cry at some point in time. I feel like I was going to cry. I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is not happening, y'all. They sold out North America. Oh my God. I thought I was going to cry. I really did. Like I was getting emotional. Because like I said, this is my first concert. This is my first BTS comeback. I did go see Jen last year. You can see it on my concert vlog. I was happy to see Jen in Dallas. The ticket situation, I was nervous, but I wasn't this nervous. BTS, I was very, very, very nervous. But yes, there are people online selling tickets that are in my section on the floor for $13,000, $20,000. And I was just like, is somebody really good? I said, I guess if people got enough money, if they desperate enough, they going to spend $13,000 on these tickets. They even sold out in Mexico, yeah. They didn't confirm Wembley in time. Well, they didn't know. Yeah, that's what I heard, that they didn't confirm Wembley Stadium in time. Across the pond. Across the pond. Yeah, I guess you could fly to Korea, but they didn't hike up the airline prices and the hotel prices so bad in America. You know, there's just no stopping it. At least Korea tried to stop it. But here, again, if you look at my post, I gave y'all a snapshot what it's like for a hotel in Dallas. How they went from $58 to like $500 during that weekend. Managed to get a pair for $350 each on a resale jacket. Yeah, like yeah, they like it is the hotels and accommodations. Like it's so bad that I thought about opening up my because I have a spare room. Thinking about opening up my spare room as a Airbnb because I would know some army. I mean, I'm not close to Arlington, but I'm kind of far. If I was closer to Arlington, I would do that for sure. But I'm far from Arlington. Like Arlington is probably an hour, but I'm like if somebody's willing to drive, I have a whole spare ass room. And then somebody was telling me online, they were like, I'm sure you can find some armies that would stay in your spare room. I'm like, I don't have no bed or nothing in there, so but I guess it's better than people sleeping in their cars or spending 500. I'm not gonna charge you $500 for a night. I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't charge armies that much. Hey Gemini. I will not be disappointed. I've just seen their concerts online. I'm not gonna be disappointed because I'm gonna be in the same area Sugar's gonna be in. Sugar's gonna be right there, y'all. I look. I'm gonna have to do a lot. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Okay, first of all, next week we go see Twice. So I'm gonna do a concert vlog about my Twice. This is our first girl group. This is our first concert during the winter as well. So next week the weather is supposed to be clear. So next Saturday we're gonna go see Twice. You notice that Bruno's tour has similar dates and locations around the same time. They did. We're going to see Bruno Mars, but Bruno Mars will send him in April. They're having meetings about security. They are having meetings about security, especially that free concert that they're giving in March. You know, BTS is going to that historical place where they filmed Idol, and they're having a lot of meetings about security. Like I said, I should open up my room. I mean, we're an hour away from Arlington, but again, I'm not going to charge somebody $800-900 a night to stay in my house. I may charge them like 150. Like it's not that serious. Your World Cup of soccer is in Toronto. Yeah, I'm just excited. Like I don't like Jennifer. Even Jennifer's excited. Jennifer's like, oh, I'm excited. I'm like, girl, my personality, I'm not a very excitable person. Like if you know me, you know I'm very cautious. Like I'm a ball of anxiety. Like I overthink and worry about everything. I'm not a very like relaxed. Just sit back and have fun, Kiki. Just relax. I'm not that kind of person. I overthink everything and stress about shit real bad. So even though I bought tickets and all that's over, I'm still stressed about like, you know, I just get stressed over anything. It doesn't really matter. Security is a must. Yes, security is definitely a must. Las Vegas was cheap. That's what I heard. Las Vegas was cheap. You're gonna stay in a cheap motel for one night. I worry too. I'm a worrier. I'm a ball of like anxiety, and I worry and overthink things a lot. But I mean, that ticket experience again. I've heard some people had really disastrous, so I didn't feel too bad because I know some people that got logged out multiple times. I know some people's screens that got stuck, and I'm just like, I didn't read the experiences online. I didn't see videos, people's screens getting stuck. I'm just like, people didn't know whether they should refresh or not. I was thinking that too, and I was on the screen and I was like, is it stuck? Because it just kept refreshing and going in a loop, and I didn't know whether I should have hit refresh. I didn't touch it. Some people were advising people to go online and refresh these screens. I don't know if that's what got people caught up or not. I don't know if you should refresh the screen or not. I don't know if that was wise. Um, so I don't know. But some people tried to hit the refresh and they ended up getting kicked out and had to go back in the website. So I don't know. But some people are out there giving people some really bad advice. Some really, really bad advice. You leaving my hubby on our anniversary to go see BTS in Tampa? He's not thrilled, but he understands. Well, I'm glad he understands. I would leave for anniversary too. I'd be like, Sugar's the real love of my life, honey. Like, I'm sorry, but Sugar's my real husband. I'd be straight to Lulu with it, but Sugar's my real husband, honey. You have to understand. Like, why don't you understand? He's my real husband, okay? You're just the backup. Tell him, Marie Miller, you're just a backup. That's all I would say. That's my real man. And if those of y'all my members who've seen the video about the Korean guy, I had to run for the hills, y'all. I ran for the hills. I ran. And I ran. I ran so far away. I ran, y'all. And didn't look back. Sometimes you have to run. You have to run from men. Sometimes you just have to like save yourself. You just have to save yourself. Y'all see that video? Sometimes you gotta save yourself, ladies. You're staying at the Excalibur, Thunder Down Under. Is the Thunder Down Under the the Australian strippers? I want to go see the Thunder Down Under. Jimmy got your heart for real. See, just tell him Jasmine, Jimmy, my real man. I don't need no man. I got sugar. I got sugar. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I don't need no real man. I got sugar. So I'm happy. Happy with my husband. My fake husband. I did a video and I put it in there. I was like, my in-laws. Y'all watch the video like this bitch here. I was like, my brother-in-law owned that restaurant. You're like, bitch, what? Thunder Down Under, yes, the Aussie Chippendales. I would love to go see that. I love some good strippers. I, you can love them all. You can love them. You can be OT7 and love them all. You can be equal opportunity lover. Be like, I love them all. I'll take every single one of them. I like BTS, but Sugar's my bias, so that's where my mind goes and other parts of my anatomy. And so, but yes, the ticket experience, you guys. I'm so glad you guys who got tickets. For those of us who didn't get tickets, hopefully you can try to get it on a resale. Hopefully they'll you pay like that $49.99 or whatever, $50 and then be able to watch it on Weavers. I'm sure armies are going to post videos. I will post videos of the concert, even though I know they're going to demonetize it. So I know they're going to demonetize it. My husband used to say, if he saw BTS on television, he would say, "Your boys are on. Your boy." Oh, he already knew. Your boys are on. Trauma. Boy, yeah. So some of y'all had very traumatic experiences. Hopefully they'll keep opening up. I like I said, I hear by maybe Monday or tomorrow that they're gonna start opening. They were waiting for the general sale and they're gonna start opening up more dates. So y'all be ready for it. More dates and more locations are to come. So don't y'all think that this is it. Fairlane Channel has tons of people selling tickets. Oh, tons of people selling. Yeah, there's a lot of people selling tickets. If you go to StubHub online and Ticketmaster, there are tons of people selling tickets. There's tons of people. Which I'm not mad at them. Like, people try to tell armies not to sell tickets. I was like, it ain't the armies you got to worry about. Those aren't the people selling tickets. The people who are selling tickets are a lot of times the non-army people, because armies want to go. Like, we want to go. But there are people, but you can't stop the general population from getting online and buying tickets and selling them. People do it all the time. People do this for every concert. They did it for Taylor Swift. They did it for Beyonce. There are people that this is like a thing. They do this they do it for Bruno Mars. They do it for everybody. So it's not anything against BTS fans or Army. It's just that you have whole countries that are logging in just to try to make a profit off the tickets. Hello, happy Army. Hello, we're all happy here. You selling tickets and I'm going right. Tell them, talk with Ronnie. Tell them there are people buying tickets they ain't going to. You can get decent tickets up to the day of, yeah. People just have to be patient. Some people aren't patient, but then some people are patient. And they like, well, I'll just give it some time. Tickets, yeah, everyone. I'm not mad at anybody selling no tickets. Like I said, I ain't one of them armies. I was like, get your coin, honey. I'm not mad. No, Japan, it's not easy to resell. They have a better system. Oh, I didn't know that. In Japan, it's not easy to resell. Ah, yeah, they did stop Ticketmaster's friends, but they still did good tickets. Are you trying to be patient though? So sometimes, yeah, you have to be patient. And then, like I told people, wait until they open up more locations and things. Like for us, I got all the way to August before BTS come. A lot of y'all got all the way to, I mean, if you're in North America, technically speaking, you got all the way to June. So you got like another 6 months before this tour happens in North America. Do I know anything about Bangkok? Thailand? No. I mean, what about Thailand? I want to go to Thailand. La, Lisa love me. La, my girl Lisa's from Thailand. She's Thai. TM releases more tickets slowly. You just have to check Twitter Army alerts. Yeah. Ticketmaster, yes. Ticketmaster, Ticketmaster got in trouble with J-Hope's concert about them doing that bait and switch bullshit. About them saying that the J-Hope concert was sold out in LA, and it wasn't sold out in LA. They just held the tickets back. And then at the last minute, Ticketmaster decided to release tickets to put tickets on sale for J-Hope after previously saying it sold out. After people then made other arrangements and did other things, then Ticketmaster's like, oh, we got some tickets. So yes, Ticketmaster does hold back tickets. They do crazy stuff like that. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys. Thank you. Oh wow, you need ID, another thing to buy tickets in Japan. Yeah, September and August. Ticketmaster is tricky. I know how much people have talked bad about Ticketmaster, not just BTS fans, but a lot of people. But they basically have a monopoly. If it's in SeatGeek or Ticketmaster, I mean, really, that's about it. Which is a shame that they shouldn't have a monopoly on it, but they do. They have a monopoly on the business. That's why Ticketmaster been sued, been taken to court. I think they're in the middle of a court case coming up this year because of the sneaky shit that they do. It is a shame. Yeah, it is a shame that they have such a monopoly on the industry like that. And then they pretty much hold the agencies or the artists is pretty much at their mercy. Because Ticketmaster is going to get their cut of these tickets. And they get it quite a large cut from what I'm hearing. That they, but they've been in the game the longest. They've been around for so long. Live Nation bought by Ticketmaster. Yeah. Ticketmaster's a monopoly. And they don't play fair sometimes. So, So I'm going to enjoy this concert. I'm going to film this concert. We're still got other things to talk about this concert. I watch my videos. I did a whole video talking about the rumors and the backlash. Even after the tickets, there have been grumblings online about it. And again, that's with any concert. There's going to be people online complaining about the pricing, the process, the venues, the lack of venues, the time, the date, whatever it is. If it comes to anything, knowing human beings are going to complain. So I wasn't too shocked that people online complaining about their ticket experience, doing videos about their ticket experience. I did a video. I'm not too surprised people were complaining about like the venues and stuff like that. But again, I just tell people to be patient. Like there's going to be more tickets opening. You just have to, have your Weverse on and just look for it. But yeah, people have been complaining. But I did a whole video talking about the weird backlash, the things with like JK's tattoo and the symbol and that. I did a video about that kind of silly backlash, like stuff that has nothing really to do with nothing. LA is always more expensive, yes. You got your ticket at the last minute for J-Hope when you couldn't get one during the pre-sale? Yeah, because Ticketmaster be holding back them tickets. Swiftie and Army lawyers are fighting Ticketmaster in court. Oh, okay. I knew they were involved in some kind of lawsuit. Because like I said, even the artists and the agencies don't like it. But it's like Ticketmaster will strong arm you. It's like, what else are you going to do? Ticketmaster's like, you have to abide by our rules. How else are you going to sell these tickets? So they just have to capitulate and just deal with it. But it's not right. But, I'm glad everybody got it. I was looking at my messages before I got my ticket and afterwards, and everybody was like coming in and commenting and saying they got their ticket. I was trying to get my wedding dress ready. Like I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Jennifer is not gonna let me wear this wedding dress, but I feel like if I get a tasteful enough one, that she will kind of capitulate. Jennifer on here? No, she ain't on here. The venue has little to do with the ticket experience. Yeah, it's Ticketmaster that jacks up the prices. Yeah. I feel like Jennifer is not going to let me wear this dress, but I feel like if I get something tasteful, she might. If I get a nice beach dress, I'm working on Jennifer. I'm working on letting me wear this dress, one of these dresses. If it's not like too frou-frou and poofy and hot, I think she might let me like wear something tasteful. A nice beach wedding dress, just something simple, Make a little wedding dress for your army bomb. Maybe, oh, that would be cute. That's a great idea. Y'all know I'm creative. I have sewing skills and crafting skills. Maybe my army bomb will wear like a little wedding dress and a little, but I want to wear one too. Now, why certain stadiums were passed on, yeah. Tell me, come on, Jen. Like, yeah, come on, Jennifer. I'll work on her, y'all. We gonna work on it because I want to. I've been married. I was married, but I never got a chance to walk down the aisle or wear a wedding dress. So I've always secretly on the cool wanted to an excuse to wear a wedding dress, and this is kind of like my excuse because I'm like, when the hell else am I gonna wear a wedding gown, ladies? Like really? Like I don't picture me getting married anytime soon. I don't think I will ever get married again. Um, Not saying that I wouldn't want to, but I just the way things are going in my love life right now, I just think that that's highly impossible. It's very improbable. So, like a miracle would have to happen for me to find a man to marry. So, therefore, I want to wear a wedding dress. I want to wear it. The Tampa Stadium looks like trash. Hey, where's dude? Gemini, you talking about my guest? My guest? What about Sugar? Now, if Sugar want to ask me to go down the aisle, I'll be like, I'm ready. Come on, Sugar, let's go. Where's my guest, Marlon? I don't have guest Marlon today. Like I said, Marlon said he's wanted to. Next week, Marlon moves to San Diego. He moves to California next week, so that's the situation. Get a T-shirt that says "This is my wedding dress." That's a good idea. I can make that happen and wear a veil. Ah, that you guys are coming up with some great ideas to get around this whole Jennifer thing. I really appreciate y'all. Simple dress and a killer veil. Come on, Jennifer. Yeah, she should let me have it. Jennifer's not on here yet. She'll probably be on here later. But like I said, a girl gotta live. Like I was like Jennifer. Maybe I told you, I'm gonna pull a Jennifer's heartstring. I was like Jennifer. I've never gotten to wear a wedding dress. You know, like I'm pull out all stops. Like I'll be like, look, Jennifer, because Jennifer's my sister-in-law. So I'll be like, Jennifer, I married your brother and I didn't get a chance to wear a wedding dress, and I just want to wear a wedding dress, Jennifer. She gonna be like, she gonna be like, really? You think that's gonna work? I'm tugging her heartstrings a little bit. I'm like, Jennifer, because I never got to wear. Yeah, I married her brother, but we didn't have a wedding. We got married to Justice of the Peace. So I never got a chance to wear a wedding dress, and I've always wanted to wear one. So I didn't get a wedding dress when I was married. I want one. Just cry a little. I know I'm gonna cry a little. I'm gonna start tearing up. I'm like, don't you want to see me happy? You counted 12 wedding veils at the D-Day. See? I told Jennifer I'm not gonna be the only one there with a wedding dress on. I know I should make my army bomb into a little bouquet like dun, 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 dun. Jennifer would kill me. I'm telling you. We have to make it through this concert experience. Dun, 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 dun. I'll be like, Sugar, I do. I'll be like, let's go to Vegas, get the paperwork ready. Bitch, I'm ready to go. But I like dress up. I like dress up anything. Like I dress up back in the day, like anime costumes, sci-fi costumes, like Star Wars costume. Like I'm a costume. I'm a cosplayer kind of girl. So this is like um that's what kind of cosplay I like. It's gonna be a sea of wedding dresses. You thinking it? I'll be really mad if I walk into the venue in Arlington and just see a sea of wedding dresses. I just be like, I'll be like, Jennifer, what? What? They get to wear it. I don't. Like, come on now. Go as a black cat. Oh no. Oh no. I'll be like, Sugar, I'm your kitty. You know, like, girl. Jennifer will come around, watch. I don't know. I'm not. There's probably a 20% chance that that happens. Jennifer's pretty. Jennifer don't like to be embarrassed. That's her thing. She don't like people looking. She don't like to be embarrassed. She don't like attention drawn her way, and so that's why she's like, no, you just wearing purple with some cat ears. My sign should be Sugar. I do. But like I do you, yeah, I do. I do. I really do. I take my vows seriously. I thought about the other day I was gonna have a sign that's gonna say Yoongi marry me. I'm not greedy. Cause I'm not. I was like, I'm willing to share, ladies. I'm not greedy by Yoongi marry me. Not greedy. So I don't know. I don't know if I would want to carry a sign though. Like that seems like a lot. Jennifer is stubborn, but she doesn't like to be embarrassed either. What's my sign? What's my sign gonna say? My sign's gonna say Yoongi marry me. I'm not stingy or I'm not jealous. Cause I'm willing to share Yoongi with everybody. I'm willing to share, ladies. I'm not jealous. I'm just like here. We all can share. You can marry us. I'm willing to share. We'll be like some kind of polygamous cult. I'm willing to line up with all, like a bunch of us can just line up. Just we all say our vows. For D-Day, I sewed a cloth sugar flag on the back on your denim jacket. Are you serious? That sounds awesome. Oh my God! All I'm seeing is him and that cat now. I did a video and I put a picture of him and that cat on there, like in the first picture of my video, because I think it's so cute. Namjoon start a book club. I want Namjoon to start a book club. Jungiism, yeah, it's gonna be a religion because they gonna think we're a bunch of cult wives, we're a bunch of sister wives. I have sister wives with Jungi. We can all share. Come on, sister wives. It'd be like be a polygamy kind of thing. Like I said, as long as I get my once a quarter, once every 4 months, I get to have them one night, then I'm good. Just like once every quarter, I just be like, all right, when he be like, all right, once every quarter, okay. I will be a happy, content wife. I'm just like, I'm so content. I love my husband so much. But there's going to be more to come regarding this concert and tour. Um, Also, we need to talk about that BTS has not done that many promos. I know Asian Entertainment did a video, but I didn't get a chance to watch my girl's video. I didn't get a chance to watch her video, but BTS has not done that this much promotion. I mean, their album come out in March. It's late January, and I'm just surprised that we have not seen that much promotional stuff unless they plan to slowly ramp up in February. But it's almost February, y'all. You're gonna have so many wives. They're gonna have a number instead of a name. I'll take a number. I'll be number like 286, whatever. You don't need to just like you 286. Yes, 286. Yes, that's me. Oh, yes, me. 286. It'd be like Squid Games. We can turn sugar into like a like a reality show. It can be like Squid Games. Like we can go through games and challenges to see who's gonna get the prize. They're keeping it mysterious. I was like, we ain't doing no promos or nothing. Yeah, I guess BTS. I guess. Talking about they busy words and they like, look, we got a whole like year-long tour, lady. Yeah, hopefully they'll start. I agree. Hopefully they'll start ramping up next month. I expect a good album rollout as well. I'm dying to hear what this album, what the first single is going to sound like. I am dying to see what the music video is going to sound like. I cannot wait till they perform in March. I got to hear what the title track going to be. I'm so excited because I'm just like nervously excited because I'm curious to see what musical direction that they go in, and I'm just curious. Sugar Shot at Love. Sugar Shot at Love. That'd be a nice title. I cannot wait to see what kind of music direction. That's the thing to me. That's the defining moment. It's like which way is this music gonna go into? Like I really want to know. 14 songs is a lot of songs for an album period. K-pop or not. That's a lot of songs. I don't know, so we'll see. Y'all see y'all and speaking of comebacks, so let's talk about the comebacks. Y'all see that EXO came out with an album and a single and a music video. But EXO, their album didn't sell as much as they were anticipating they were selling. And they were saying that maybe it's because of the CBX thing. So they sold good, but their last album I think sold a bit more than this one. Even though that this one is like the big comeback and everything. And I listened to their song and I watched their music video. I'm not familiar with EXO's music. So I asked Jennifer, and Jennifer said it was very EXO. So okay, but I want to listen to the whole album. ATEEZ is coming with Golden Hour 4. I can't wait because I like ATEEZ. I'm very excited. And their album comes out in February. And then Blackpink comes out in February. So I'm hearing something with my children. Blackpink comes out with Deadline. I've talked about, and I did a whole video talking about Deadline, by the way, if y'all didn't see it. I have a bunch of videos coming out this week, y'all, about different topics. I have a cat's eye video coming up about that. Y'all like, Baekhyun is the draw. So yeah, there are missing sales that would come with his involvement. That's what they were saying, that Baekhyun is a big member. Baekhyun is also being investigated. They were talking about he might lose his villa or something. I read that briefly too, that he's been investigated for taxes or some shit, and that he might lose his villa because of. I didn't read the whole article. I guess BTS they do got a lot to get off their chest, because 14 songs is a lot of songs. That is a lot of work. That is a lot of songs. That's almost like two albums. I mean, pretty much is like two. They could have did like a 8 song album, really. That's almost 2 albums. But yeah, I'm sure they had a lot to talk about. I mean, there's 7 of them, so I'm sure they all wanted to have a song and an input, and they all had different things to say. So yeah, when you're dealing with 7 people who are involved in their creative process, they are all going to want a piece of this creative process, which makes sense. I understand it. So I'm eager to see what they got to say to the fans and to the public. I predicted the BTS album that this is really. I feel like this album is going to change K-pop and push K-pop forward. I think K-pop has been, like I said, I complained about the 5th generation. Have y'all seen the group Long Shot? Oh, child. Okay, well, there's a new group out called Long Shot from Jay Park's album, label, agency, or whatever. And their songs are okay, but it's just an auto-tune nightmare mess. So if you have not listened to Long Shot, whenever we get through this video, go on YouTube, and they debuted like a couple of weeks ago, and it's just an auto tune nightmare. I'm just like, can they not sing? Is that why we have so much auto tune? Because it's a lot of auto tune. It's a lot of auto tune. When I tell you it's a lot, it is a lot. I was like, is this T-Pain? Is this bartender? Like, I didn't know. I didn't know this was T-Pain. It was 2005 all over again. I didn't know what we were talking about. I didn't know if this was Computer Love. I didn't know Computer Love. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, is this Computer Love? I'm like, is this T-Pain? Bartender. I was like, I didn't know what was going on with Long Shot. He said, yeah, this is Jay Park, Higher Ground. This is his new rap group. This is the same group that I said that their debut song sounded like Cordis. It sounded like a Cordis mashup of Go and Fashion. They sounded a lot like Cordis, but they've come out with a song called Moonwalker, and I was like, baby, auto tune, auto tune. I like that the album is 14 songs. I'm very over mini albums. Blackpink got a mini album. Albums used to be 10, 15 songs. Yes, back in my day, albums used to be about 12 songs on the average. Yeah, sometimes 20, just depends on what it was. If it was a good double album, it would be about 20. I remember back in the day when artists used to actually make real songs. And the songs were longer than 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Because that's the thing now. All the songs are short. What is your Audadong since Jen asked? Since Jen asked. What? What do you mean, Jasmine? Tell me. They said they had 100 songs to work with and 14 made the cut. They also said some of their other songs may make their solo album. Yeah, I heard that some of their other songs may make their solos. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm with it. But yeah, Long Shot, I'm just like, ah! Like the songs, and the thing about this, what got me so off on this, the songs sound good. if you just take the auto tune out. If you would have took all that auto tune shit out these songs, I listen to their long shots, whole album, and I want to like them because their music is more hip hop, it's more R&B. I like Jay Park, but the auto tune is so annoying that I can't fight through it. Like even I can't fight through it. I'm listening to it like then I'm like, okay, next song. I'm like, oh my God. The next song, I'm like, oh, T-Pain, what is this? What is this? Just ask what Army's Adonang is in voice messages from their album cover. Oh my God, I didn't hear that. Oh yeah, I did listen to their album cover. I was too excited to pay attention. Harry Styles is coming out, yes. He's doing solos, a residency. Everybody's coming out in this year, apparently. I don't know what my Adonang is. Probably my cat. I would say my obstacle is the death of my cat, Mickey, and my emotions about love, my feeling about love and relationships. That's definitely my mountain to climb. I don't know. That's definitely my obstacle. My challenge is to get, oh, I don't know what to feel about those two things. Me losing my cat was enough. It was hard. It's still hard. You know, it's been over a week now, almost going on 2 weeks, and I'm just like, oh God, I miss Mickey. I miss my kitty kitty. We all miss him. I don't mind yeah, okay, yeah. I don't mind a mini album here and there, but just like every it just seems like every comeback now is a mini album in K-pop. And I'm just like, can we get a full length album from one of y'all? Everything's a mini album. I understand they're trying to crank out music as fast as they can, but sometimes you just, I understand, and I understand that producing a mini album is cheaper. It's a lot of hours in studio time to be doing 14 songs. That's a lot of studio time. That's a lot. How many times have you been to South? I'm down. I want to go to Festa this year. What is it, Marie Miller? 3 times. They got to write. BTS likes to write. They are workhorses. I mean, if they said they had 100 songs, that's a lot. Whew. Whew. That's admirable for them to crank out that many songs. But I guess even when they were in the military, I'm assuming they were writing. Why even while they were in the military, I'm assuming especially RM. RM has said it that he had a whole notebook full of things that he was writing while he was in the military. That he was just writing poems and poetry and songs and lyrics. That he had a little notebook with him. He wrote down his thoughts and his feelings. Yeah, they were blocked. Yeah, spent a month in LA. Yeah, Jenny from Blackpink is coming out with a solo too. She's coming out with a solo after this Blackpink thing is over. Jenny like, okay, let's just go and get this thing over with. Y'all go so I can go back to my solo career. But I did a whole video about Blackpink. If you didn't watch that video, I just had, and again, I thought the blinks were gonna come from me, but my Blackpink video, they actually was like, they were kind. The comments were kind. Because people understand that I'm coming from a place of constructive criticism and love. I'm not trying to drag Blackpink. I'm not trying to drag them on their comeback. That was not my goal. My goal is just to tell the truth like it is. That, and then like I said, I'm doing a video about Cat's Eye because Cat's Eye is going to perform at the Grammys, and people they've been dogging Cat's Eye, and I'm not even a Cat's Eye fan, but they've been dogging Cat's Eye bad online. Like they've been catching hell online and social media from what I've read and what I've been told that they've been catching it. They've been going through it, Cat's Eye, just because people are jealous of them. That's just basically it's the criticism of the Cat's Eye members is so nonsensical. It's just like they're grasping at straws to anything to drag Cat's Eye. They got boyfriends. They out partying. I'm like, they young. They in their late teens, early 20s. Probably what they gonna be out doing. They probably gonna be out hanging out with friends and partying. That's part of what they're young. They're probably gonna have boyfriends. They do have boyfriends or girlfriends. I don't know. And then people are like, wait a minute, I thought this person was gay. I was like, look, y'all, just stop it. Just go sit down somewhere. Y'all the K-pop fans be trying to drag Cats out. I'm like, they not K-pop. They not, they gone now, gone. They're not even K-pop. They don't live up to these rules that these people want Cat's Eye to follow by so bad. They're a global group. Like, yeah, they out there with boyfriends. I'm just like, and ain't nobody said nothing about. Okay, what about she hanging out with her boyfriend? Okay, y'all still on this? Like, okay, you know. You see a video in your algorithm crapping on Cat's Eye saying they're going to flop, blaming Hyde. It shouldn't be. Again, Cat's Eye is not even in K-pop realm. They're American artists. Yes, they're not Koreans. They not Koreans. I had to remind people online. They don't follow by the same rules that y'all want them to. They have boyfriends and they go hang out and they party. Like, that's what 20-something-year-olds do. They go hang out with their boyfriends and their friends. She said, "Who all got tickets?" I got tickets. Is it raining? I think it's starting to sleet outside. I got tickets in Arlington. A lot of people on here got tickets. Yeah, these non-K-pop content creators making these videos. Really? That's just ridiculous. Like I said, I got a video talking about them performing at the Grammys because they got a lot of backlash and hate. And I was like, I'm not even a fan of Cat's Eye, but I'm not going to let y'all just dog these young ladies out because of nothing. And then people try to blame Hybe again. Again, the Hybe haters. I invite them once again on my new video, my Cat's Eye. I invite Hybe haters. Once again, I'm like, come on, haters. Tell me why y'all hating. And then nobody can ever answer my question as to what they hating Hybe about, what Hybe did, like proof or evidence of things that Hybe have done. Nobody can give me any kind of evidence. It's just shit that they saw online, read online. And people are like, well, Hybe threw their weight around. I said, obviously y'all don't know how this works. That's kind of how the business works. I'm like, if Hybe was smart and BTS is their flagship group, and Hybe are members of the Academy, they're members of the Grammy voting block of the producers. Yeah, I would want my group to be on the Grammys. Are y'all kidding me? I said, it ain't Hybe's fault they not YG. Shit. I drag YG at any point in time in life. I will drag YG. How do you have Blackpink as a premier group and you don't use Blackpink and leverage their power to put your other groups on? Is beyond, like, that is a dereliction of duty. Like, that's a mismanagement situation. How do you have Blackpink, the biggest girl group in like 15, 20 years or ever, and you don't use your group's popularity to help Baby Monster or whatever other group you got going on? You just leave Baby Monster out there blowing in the damn wind like they do. I'm not saying anything wrong with Baby Monster. I'm not hating on them. But YG, that's what you do. If I was Hybe, I'd be like, I want my group on the Grammys. That's where I want them. It's exposure. Why wouldn't you throw your weight around? Well, BTS coming back, and y'all know y'all gonna want BTS in that Grammy next year. Right. Right. So, in order for us to get BTS on the Grammys next year, because y'all gonna need them for ratings, I need to have Cat's Eye on this Grammy this year. That's how you do it. Like, what fool gonna be like, well, we don't. Come on now, Hybe. Just like Hybe got on all these voting committees because they got tired of BTS not winning Grammys that they should have won. So yeah, you're gonna get on committees. Yeah, you're gonna be part of the voting board. What? Why wouldn't they? Because they want BTS to win a Grammy. That they deserve to win, by the way. I mean, come on. The only reason BTS didn't really win is because they don't have the executives and the producers and shit sitting on the Grammy boards, because they not inside the industry like the rest of these mofos are. So Hybe is like, okay, well, we gonna see what we can do about that, and we gonna get our producers and our writers in these rooms with these people, so we will have voting power. That's what you do. That's what a good label should do. If you ain't doing that as a label, then you, as an agency, you need to get your ass out the industry. YG, shit. YG need to get out the industry because they ain't doing it right. That's why they acquired Ithaca Holdings, yeah, to strengthen their position in the West. Right. Like that's what you do. You leverage your power. Why would you have all these groups and not leverage your power? Why would you have BTS and not leverage your power? BTS is your strength. It's Hybe's strength. It's Hybe's power. It's their bargaining chip at this particular point. And that's what they should do. And that's what YG should have done too. But once again, YG, y'all are idiots. No offense, nothing personal. They're just dumb. How do you have the most popular girl group and then y'all just drop the ball? Y'all just fumble the bag all the time. YG is the king of fumbling the bag. They don't leverage Blackpink's popularity like they should. They don't promote Blackpink like they should. They don't use Blackpink as a way to get their other groups into the West like Hive has. And that's what an agency is supposed to do. And I understand that YG, is a different kind of PR model and business model, but YG it's just sickening. It's just sickening. It's like, okay, like it's like they don't know what to do, and then Blackpink just like the members just got tired of it and just decided to do their own shit because they just tired of YG, just mismanagement all the way around. K-popers are used to companies throwing away their flagships when they hit a certain ceiling. Yeah, they are. Radio stations are online, but scores are weighted. Yeah. And the industry always changes. I told y'all this many, many months ago. I said they're going to start changing. I said before BTS come back, I told y'all before. I say it again. I was right. I said they're going to start changing up the rules. And that's what they've done. They've changed up the YouTube thing, Billboard, Spotify. They're all changing their rules. And I said before the Grammys next year, they're going to change up the categories. They're going to start tinkering with the categories next year. After this year, next year when BTS will be eligible next year for the Grammys of 2027, they're going to start tinkering with the categories. They're going to start tinkering with the Billboard Music Award categories. Oh, they're going to find some way. They like, we're going to add, we've added categories. I'm like, oh, here we go. They're going to start adding categories. Because they don't want BTS to compete against mainstream artists and stuff like that. So yeah, I told you they're gonna start messing with the numbers. They're gonna start messing with how things are weighted. Then they took the YouTube views away, and then they're like, "Nah, we're gonna take that away from y'all. Those don't really count." This is what they're doing. So I said, yeah, and then the moment I said that, literally 2-3 months later, they were like, "Oh, YouTube views don't count." I was like, here we go. Because they already know. They like BTS coming back. They're like, we got to find some way to fix these numbers. Right? They're going to have a whole nother K-pop category for the Grammys. Look, we have this whole new category. Best K-pop male group. Right? Like, here you go, BTS. Like, they going to start switching up categories and changing because they don't want BTS to compete. That's why I stopped watching the Grammys a long time ago. It had nothing to do with BTS, but just because I knew what I'm like. I know what this is. I know what this is. This is a setup. I've been knew it was a setup though, but right, exactly. Yeah, they're just gonna eliminate categories, add really weird categories, and you're like, the Grammys don't want BTS to beat their darling Taylor Swift. They don't want that. Oh, it's sleeting outside, y'all. I hear it beating against my window. Like, they don't want BTS to be too popular. Even though they know BTS is wildly popular. Like, they understand how much BTS sells, just like anybody else do. But, it is what it is. But, the comebacks this year is going to be comebacking. This is going to be a phenomenal year for K-pop. Like I said, months ago, I did a whole video talking about the financial impact of BTS comeback and the halo effect of how this is going to boost the industry. Everybody's looking for BTS to save K-pop. Because K-pop has been down bad lately, okay? Nobody's watching these damn award shows. Y'all, I came on my live stream and talked about the award shows and how the ratings was horrible. On these Golden Disc Awards and all these other awards. The ratings have been horrible, terrible, trash, for these award shows. That these award shows be having had everybody on it. Stray Kids, ATs, Heart to Hearts, Espa, Jesus Christ was, I think Jesus was there. Jenny showed up. They threw everything they could at these award shows. And what happened? People was like, eh. People was mad. They had 2 days of award shows for most of these shows. All this star power. You would think that the ratings for all of these shows was down. Everybody got online, including me, and talked about these performances. And I said, y'all, I told y'all I was giving very like church play tea. Some of them were good, but some of them were giving church play tea. Some of them were getting High School Musical. I'm just gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them were giving High School Musical. They seemed very amateurish. The on-stage dancing was nonsensical or just lackluster. That some of these groups performed at a high level, and then some of these groups did not. So they all waiting for BTS to come back and light up all of these award shows and get people to watch these award shows again. Because these Korean award shows in particular have been utter complete trash. Everybody's complaining about the performances. That people would just, the ratings just tanked. When normally they get really, really high ratings. Columbia dropped BTS distribution, or did they? Nobody was watching them. I kept asking y'all. I said, y'all watching it? Y'all was like, what? So I made y'all go online. Some of y'all went online and started watching the clips of it because y'all didn't even bother even watching it. And here I was all excited. And then y'all was like, man, I didn't watch this shit. I was like, oh, wow. It's sleeting here. I hope we don't lose power either. I have a backup generator. I have like a big generator thing. You talking about they don't sing live and the dancing wasn't good. That's what everybody said. They were lip syncing. They had backtracks. Some of the artists wasn't even synced up with the backtracks. It was just a mess. Like it was just, after all of these stars, you would think that, it would have made a dent. But I mean, people just didn't seem very interested. Oh boy, let me get started on Tarzan. Oh my God, the Chaebol chick, All Day Project. Oh, they on hiatus because speaking of All Day Project, if y'all didn't know, All Day Project is on hiatus because the Chaebol chick Chaebol Annie, is on hiatus because she decided that she wants to. She was in college. She been in college, but she talking about she going back to college. So therefore, the group has to go on hiatus. I was like, bitch, what? Like, so yes. Out of all that popularity that people claim how popular All Day Project is and blase, 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 the whole group got to be put on hiatus because Annie wants to go back to college. I was like, okay, did they know that before they started? The group ain't even been around a year. The group came out June 2025, and they already going on hiatus because old girl was. Now look, I'm all about education. I'm not trying to hit on nobody. Look, go. But I'm just like, why would you be part of a K-pop group, and then now mysteriously you want to go back to college? I'm like, can't you take some online classes or some shit? No, she wants to go back to college in America. So why did y'all even create this group? Like, I'm confused. Yes, the group that bought the award. Right? Why is the entire? I don't know. Because they can't. Because number one, Annie is the leader of the group. The Chaebol chick is the leader of the group, by the way. And number two, like, how are they gonna? They can't really do too much without her. So I'm just like, so y'all started a group. Okay, like, great. So I don't know if this is her way of trying to leave the group. This is her way of getting out of the group. Again, it'll be just a 4-person group. Like, I guess that's what we doing. I don't know. But she leaving. So so the fans of All Day Project are just kind of like throwing a side eye to the whole thing. I'm throwing a side eye to the whole ass thing now. Like, even the formation of this group. I'm like, did they know that she was going back to school? Why would you? She shouldn't even been in the group in the first place if she knew she was going to go back to college. Yeah, it was like you messing with everybody's money. I'm just like, okay, you got a whole group. she may not need the money, but the other ones probably do. Chaebol Annie gonna be just gonna be good. She the Samsung kid. So she good. She like, well, I'm going back to college, guys. I'm like, girl, what? I'm like, what? I read that and died. I almost choked. I was like, what? Yeah, she like, bye, y'all. I'm like, okay, I guess she going back to college. Like, she finished her last semester. I was like, she couldn't have did that online. I'm still asking. I'm asking. I'm like, so she couldn't take no online classes. Like, maybe her. I don't know, dude. All I know, I thought it was real weird that she like, I gotta go back and finish my education. I'm like, education is important. I guess. Yes, yes. Annie, the Chabo, the leader of All Day Project, Annie, has left All Day Project temporarily because she wanted to go back to college. She goes to college in America, and she wanted to go back to college to finish her last semester. And again, the fans are like, "Wait a minute, what?" And I'm like, and my question was, she can't take no online classes. She can't. I mean, does she have to go back in person? Okay, so I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with them. Yeah, probably her family was like, okay, this little thing you got, this over with. You need to go on back to school now. Like you didn't have your little rebellion period. You didn't got this whole music thing out of your system. You didn't want an award, so we need you to go on your ass back to school, finish your education, get your damn degree, and leave this shit alone. That's why they won the award. Yeah, every member of BTS finished their college. Yes. That's why I was just like, she can't finish her college. There are plenty of idols that are in college. Right now, as we speak, there are lots of idols in college who've gotten degrees while being an idol. I don't understand why she's any different, but okay. Weird. Just weird. She knew she wasn't as strong a dancer or a singer as the others. Maybe so. Maybe she was just like, I'm over it. I want to go back. I want to go back to school. I'm done with this shit. Maybe she just like, I'm done. Maybe she realized the idol life is. So it's a mystery whether they said she gonna come back, but there's some people online saying that she may or may not. That it may come to the situation where she may just decide to just be like, I quit the group and blah blah blah. But they said she coming back. But you know how K-pop is. They'll say anything, girl. They be up here lying. I don't believe these fucking people. Yeah, she left. Yeah, she going back to school. Marie Miller. She go to school somewhere. I forgot which school she go. It's in America. It's here in America. I hear some army dressing up to color of the album of their bias. What color Sugar Bee would be black? Bailey's choreography is too advanced for the others. Bailey is. I don't even understand why Bailey is even that damn group. I've done 2, 3 videos about All Day Project, and I was like, I don't even understand why Bailey's even in this damn group. Bailey is a superstar choreography dancer. She's worked with Rihanna. She's worked with people in the West and the East. I was like, why in the fuck is Bailey in this group? Like, I almost died when they were like, I'm like, Bailey. I'm like, the choreographer, Bailey? The one who been dancing since she was 12 years old? Like the prodigy, Bailey, who is a dancing prodigy? Why? I'm like, Bailey, why are you in this group? Like, who blackmailed you? That's the first thing I thought. I said, oh no, somebody didn't blackmail Bailey to be in this damn group. I'm like, Bailey, isn't it? I'm like, girl, who blackmailed Bailey to be in this group? Because there is no inconceivable way why Bailey should be in this group. She is a star. Period. Without the rest of them. Without Chabo and Tarzan and old dude and old girl, Bailey is a star. She's been in the industry for a long time. I was like, what? I'm like, who would blackmail Bailey? I'm still convinced that somebody blackmailed Bailey or promised her something to be in this damn group. Because it was inconceivable to me why Bailey would want to be an idol. Like why she would want to be an idol. Like that. I still don't understand it. I was like, Bailey, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, Sugar's color is white? Oh, God, I don't know. I'm dirty. I don't know if I have. Okay, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll get something white. besides my wedding gown. Where the color of your bias is vinyl. Okay, Sugar's is white. Yeah, I heard that there are going to be different vinyls, and Sugar's is white. I think Jungkook's is purple, right? Jungkook's will be purple. Yeah, like yeah, she did choreography for Red Velvet. Bailey didn't work with Jackson Wang. She didn't work with Rihanna. She didn't work with. I mean, she went on tour with people. I was like, girl, what? She don't. Bailey don't need the money, does she? I mean, I'm not trying to be in her pockets like that. But Bailey is. First of all, she's young. Second of all, she doesn't need the money. The black label can't be paying them that much to be an all day project. I said literally Bailey can do choreography and go on tour with somebody and make lots of money. That's so the money thing don't make no sense to me. Because all day project, I'm like, I know they ain't making all that kind of money at black label. So I was like, I'm still confused about the whole Bailey thing. I have the whole conspiracy. I'm telling you, my conspiracy theory is they either promised Bailey something or they hemmed her up or something or promised her something because I was like, I cannot see any conceivable idea why this person who is a superstar choreographer would want to be in this group. And I know damn well she made good money. I know she made good money being a choreographer, more than what she would make in this group, and less work. Right? Yeah, she's very talented. She's very, very talented. Bailey got caught slipping. She got caught doing something. I'm with you. It is a mystery. I said it before in the video. Why is this girl in this group? I don't know. But anyway, so we've talked about comebacks and we've talked about groups. Now let's get on to the second part of the video. Let's talk about SM Entertainment. Now I know some of y'all hate SM. I know y'all like to hell with SM and Nephew and Cacao and all that other shit that's going on. But SM has announced that they are doing a SM part 3 or take 3 or whatever it's called, third part, whatever. It's SM3, something with a 3 in it, okay? So SM have a new boy group and a reality show coming out. I think so far they got like 15 boys in this boy group. And it's called like something high school, like reality high school or something like that. So SM has a boy group coming out and a reality show. Let's just put it that way. And then I'm gonna give y'all some SMT once I get through talking about this. So SM has decided to revamp their company this for 2026. They got a new boy group. I heard that they're gonna be scouting later on this year for a new girl group. Maybe. But yeah, SM got a new reality show, one of those survivor reality elimination shows. They have had some promos and stuff released about their SM trainees because they have a whole system. Now let me tell you something, honey. Okay, so another thing has to do with Isuman. Okay, so Isuman had a no compete contract with SM and Hive and Cacao because they had a big old kerfluffle. I wasn't there, but they had a big old lawsuit thing, and Hive owned shares of SM, and and basically Nephew forced Isuman, who started this whole K-pop thing. Granddaddy Isuman is the one that started SM Entertainment 30 years ago. So SM Entertainment is having their 30-year anniversary this year. So they're revamping, they're redoing the company despite rumors and years of damn mismanagement. Let's just call a spade a spade. Let's just be all real here. SM been fucking up for a while. Y'all know it. I know it. I ain't even been around that long. But SM has done things that I feel and a lot of people feel that they have messed up their groups. So besides that whole EXO thing, that was controversial, lawsuit. But no, SM has over the years have done some things that I disagree with on a business level. So why can't they release a reality show that showcases who is in the group and tell the audience why they picked them? We all know it's rigged. Right. Y'all know how much I hate those elimination shows. Y'all know I get my eye twitching. I hate those eliminations because we all know they're rigged. We all know they're popularity contests and they pretty much already picked the people ahead of time. Like if y'all didn't know that about those reality K-pop shows, that's basically how it goes. Yeah, SM is a real mess right now. So they plan to Nephew, yes, it's like a K-drama. It's a real life K-drama. So SM playing with a 30-year anniversary to revamp some things. Now let me tell you something about Isuman. Let me go and get Granddaddy's started his own company called A20. It is based in Singapore. They have a Chinese girl group that because he can't compete in South Korea right now until his no compete clause is going to be up this year. So Granddaddy SM is coming back. Okay, so Granddaddy Isuman is coming back. Now let me tell you something. I posted on my thing about Boa. Boa was signed by SM when she was 13 years old. Boa is like the Mariah Carey, the Whitney Houston of South Korea K-pop. Like she's been around 25 years. She recently left SM Entertainment. Now the rumor on the street is that Miss Boa Boa, the legend, left because she want to go to A20 with Isuman. I didn't know that Boa was the executive producer, but behind NCT Wish. Now, NCT Wish is one of them NCT offshoots from NCT Dream. There's NCT 127. There's NCT. NCT Wish is the younger junior group of the NCT block, okay? And they have had a lot of success. I didn't know Boa was their executive producer. So, so not only did Boa leave SM as an artist, she also left as an executive producer. Boa has executive produced many artists for SM. So Boa she did the creative direction for NCT Wish. She did the music she helped do the music for NCT Wish. I didn't know this. I just found this out. And other groups as well throughout these 25 years. So Boa leaving is a big deal. It's not just about her leaving. She took the powerhouse, a lot of the powerhouse for the younger groups. Boa worked with a lot of the younger trainees and stuff. I didn't know Boa did all this, baby. Boa was like one of the backbones at SM. And so her leaving is a huge, huge deal, a blow to the industry, not to the industry, but a blow to SM. Okay. How many there's NCT Dream, there's NCT 127, and there's NCT Wish. So I think there's three of them, two or three of them. So her leaving is huge. Yeah, it's huge. So I heard that she wants to go back to Granddaddy SM. That she on the cool, she knew that Granddaddy no complete clause is up, and she wants to go work for him. And so that's what I heard. Also, one of their powerhouse producers at SM, I forgot his name. His name is Yoon something. He had worked for SM for over 20 something years. He left SM last year, and he was one of the producers of what they call the SM sound. He left, and he's back with Granddaddy SM for real. Like for real, for real. Like he's worked with this Chinese girl group, and he's back. And then I heard that other producers and other writers have left SM over the past 2 or 3 years and have returned to go work for Granddaddy SM. So Isuman. So Isuman is gathering his A20, and he plans to open an office in South Korea in April because his no complete clause is up this year. And Granddaddy SM Isuman is coming back to K-pop. He is not. He ain't scared. He ain't playing. And he's supposed to be doing auditions for a boy group, and that's what I hear. So I heard that SM, like the rats are leaving the ship again. The closer that the no compete clause expires for Isuman, because there are people there. Like I tell you, they do not like nephew. They do not like him. There are people saying that he ran the company into the ground. That he pretty much ruined SM. And it's kind of sad that Isuman lost his company, that a company that he built from the ground up to his nephew. And people don't like, a lot of people at SM, from what I heard allegedly, don't like nephew. They don't like him at all. SM got kneecapped with Boa's departure. Yeah, it's a big deal, her leaving. Yeah, it's a big deal. What artists are in SM? EXO is in SM. All the NCTs, aespa's there, and various others, but those are the big ones. aespa is their biggest thing, and the NCT are very popular. They're very popular in South Korea. And NCT Wish, NCT 127, they are very popular. aespa, SM focuses right now mostly on just the Asian and the South Korean market. They can be made into subgroups. There's like NCT Wish, NCT Dream, NCT 127. Those are the ones that I know of. Yeah, aespa was his vision. It really was. Isuman put everything into aespa. Their concept, Yeah, he lost Taman and Shiny too. Yep. Red Velvet supposedly. Yeah. So SM, they are been around forever. They are the granddaddies of K-pop. But Isuman is coming back. And like I said, when I heard of that about Boa leaving, I said, that's curious. But yeah, they said that Boa wants to go back. She wants to be back with Isuman, that she was just waiting for him to. And like I said, don't be surprised if you hear about more executives and people leaving to go join Isuman. Because again, from what I hear, that there's always been grumblings. Ever since Nephew took over, people have not been. There have been various people that have problems with the things that he's done with the, especially with that shit with Cacao. A lot of various people left in. So, they they it's we love corporate vengeance. Corporate vengeance. Yeah, yeah. They I mean, they have a right to go. I mean, Boa has a right to do whatever she want to do. But I didn't think Boa was leaving the music industry because people are like, well, maybe she's going to retire. I was like, nah, Boa just left SM. I can't see any, from what I hear about Boa, any realistically her just leaving the industry. I think Boa just wanted to leave SM. That she was not going to retire. She has not announced her retirement. Boa just wanted to get out of SM. She's not done with the music industry. Boa is way too talented to just up and lead it. She's not gonna up and quit the industry unless whenever she get tired. But Boa ain't that old, baby. Boa's a powerhouse. Yeah, that Hyde tried to buy SM, yes, because they were doing bad financially. Do you think Minnie Jin will go back to LSM and his new company? No, no, not at all. Minnie Jin got her own company. She got OOAK. She got her own company. I wouldn't be surprised if Minhee Jin would work some way in conjunction with Isuman. I think Minhee Jin and Isuman had a good relationship. But from what I heard, Minhee Jin and Nephew did not have a good relationship. So, yeah, that's why she stopped working there. Because Nephew took over and she was like, oh, hell no. Nah. But yeah, I could see her working with Isuman. Yes, I could see them working together on something. I could see, that. But she has her own company, so she's ready. You're a New Yorker born and bred. New Yorker. No, it's not cool. It's offensive. I agree. NJ. Yeah, it's offensive. Like it's a piece of clothing that you put on. Yeah, it's not a piece of clothing. It's not cosplay. It's not cultural cosplay that nobody else would do. I did a whole video, by the way, about cultural appropriation where I broke it down and explained it in a very in a big story and analogy. So if you watch my video and you still don't understand, I don't know what to tell you. But I broke it down in a very simple, concise kind of way. Kind of way. Again, I tell Koreans all the time, if a Japanese person went up to you and started dressing in Korean, y'all would have a heart attack. Y'all would be like, what the fuck is this? Because Japan and Korea, as much as they like each other, they like, we cool, but we ain't that cool, okay? You will never see Koreans flying Japanese flags. That is just a big no-no. That is just something you will never ever see. If any Japanese person would say any kind of derogatory things about Korean culture, they would get snatched up by their wig. They would get their wig split. Like if any Japanese person would call some like call a Korean person, say something about some kimchi, a Japanese person would call like a Korean chick like a kimchi girl, that is very derogatory, racist phrase that is from the past. They would snatch that Japanese person up, let them say something. They're like, let me find out. It would be like World War III up in here. Like, get the guns ablazing, baby. They like, nah, there's just certain things you do not do at all. There's certain things. And the same thing I tell my friends like who are Pakistani and Indian. Let a Pakistani come dressed up like an Indian and speaking Punjabi, they would be like, what, bitch, you high? Like, what is going on? It would be horribly offensive. And then vice versa. It'd be horribly offensive for somebody from India to be like, oh, I'm a Paki. Like, even that word Paki is a racist term that people from India has used against Pakistani people. Again, I know things. And so I told him, I said, if somebody from India would dress up as somebody's Pakistani and do a satire, they would be guns. It'd be ceasefire over. It'd be like, we finna fight. Border be damned. We're gonna fight. Like, it's just certain things that you just like, that would never happen. It would be wholly offensive for somebody from India or to dress up and be like, I'm Pakistani, and they be like, what the hell? No, you're not. No, you're not. Like, are you making fun of us? Like, so yes, it's the same thing. I mean, it's almost the same thing. There's just certain things that other cultures do not do to other cultures, and they kind of understand, whether it be in Asian cultures, whether it be in Middle Eastern cultures. You just don't go there. I know Middle Eastern people who are very touchy about certain things. It's just certain things you just don't do. You like what? You like what? There are people who are African that know that, like, Nigerians and Ghanaians, like, y'all don't go there. We don't have no fights over the jola rice. We don't have no fight over the rice. Y'all these are fighting words. So the same thing that applies to us in the African American culture as well applies with us as well. There's just certain things you don't say, you don't do when it's like, okay, like, we have our own cultural expressions, and just because we live in America, it doesn't mean it's any different than Koreans and Japanese. It's just certain things that we're like, Koreans are just gonna be like, wait a minute now, wait, you can't say that, you can't be doing that now. Hold on, hold the fuck up. Like, Koreans will get very highly offended about certain. Same thing with Japanese. Japanese will get highly offended. I think Japanese are a little less touchier, but Koreans are really touchy about certain things. But because they've had a history of Chinese and Japanese occupation, so they get a little touchy about. But I understand their history, and I understand why they get upset. You know, like, I tell people my Demon Slayer story about, I wore Demon Slayer earrings around some Koreans, and they was just like, they was just looking at me like, Demon Slayer, because Demon Slayer is not very popular in Korea for obvious reasons. It's, yeah, they got that big old, you know, Japanese symbol on it that they're like, nah, with Demon Slayer, we all right with that. Just a little bit too much Japanese for us. It's a little too Japanese for them. It's like, just the rising sun on there. They almost consider it like it's like an offensive, culturally offensive symbol. Like, that, we would be appalled. Again, I had to take my Demon Slayer earrings off because I didn't realize that they're like looking at my earrings going, what is that? Is that a Japanese flag? I'm like, no, it's Demon Slayer. It's Demon Slayer, Tanjiro. They're like, what? What? Why are you wearing that? Like, very offended. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't mean to offend. I'm like, oh my God. They're like, yeah, you need to take those off. It was a Demon Slayer outfit. You can have the Demon Slayer outfit as long as I don't have the Japanese flag on it. As long as I don't have that on it. Like, I used to do Demon Slayer merchandise, and they was like, we could do the stuff with the checkers on it and the green and the black. We could do that. But when you start having them, when you start wearing them earrings, I forgot the name of the earrings that Tanjiro wears, the ones that he wear with the Japanese. No, they like, oh no, that's not. I was like, I can laugh about it now, but I was like severely confused. I was like, wait a minute. And then I studied the history of Korea, and I'm like, oh, that's why y'all mad. They like, yeah, you don't want to do that. I can do a whole thing about the history of Japanese and Korea. It's very fascinating. There are Koreans that live in Japan. There's like a word for them that live. There's like, it's like a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But yes, there are Japanese who live in Korea, but there are a lot of Koreans that live in Japan. They have like their own communities. They even have their own schools in Japan, by the way. If y'all didn't know that, they have their own school. They have Korean schools in Japan. Because where they can learn their language and their culture. And there are people who spent decades, by the way, in Japan. There's a term for them. I forgot the name of the term in Korea, but there's a Japanese term and a Korean term for those who were born, generations born there. And they were taken there. It's not like a lot of them didn't want to be there. They were actually taken there by Japanese. And so they have their own schools, and this is a history with North Korea. It's a whole thing. If you ever get a chance, just look it up. It's a whole thing. I found it fascinating that they're trying to hold on to their Korean culture in Japan, and their Korean language, which they couldn't speak for the longest time. They weren't allowed to speak their language in Japan for quite a while. It's very fast. I love Japanese and Korean history. I love all the historical stuff. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, what was I saying? That yeah, cultural expressions go hand in hand, go a lot way. But anyway, back to what I was saying about SM. But SM is coming to town, so they gonna do some big things. We gonna wait and see what they're doing, because I don't know. I don't really trust nephew with the direction of the company. But again, I'm not a SM person. I know there are some really dedicated SM people out there who love. There's a SM sound, I guess. Is that a thing? Yeah, that's not their Japanese. More bless your heart. You thought Demon Slayer was Korean? No, Demon Slayer is Japanese. It was Japanese anime and a manga. Yeah. Oh, you told her. Yeah, Demon Slayer is definitely Japanese. Definitely Japanese. It takes place in Japan. My kids, me and my kids were huge Demon Slayer fans. Huge. Like we have costumes. Like I have pictures of my kids dressed. They made their own costumes like a couple of years ago. We used to go to conventions. We saw the movies that came out this year. We saw them in the movie theater. Like the whole thing. Like Demon Slayer is a whole thing in our house. I have like the swords around here somewhere, like the replica. I hear the sleet. It's sleeting out here, y'all. But yeah, it's a whole thing. Like anime and manga, and to me, K-pop all kind of go hand in hand. Like they're usually the fans are one thing or fans are another. There are a lot of like anime, manga fans, and then there's also a lot of people who are into like K dramas and stuff. Like all of us are kind of like in the same realm of fandom, so we kind of bleed into each other's fandom, because I know a lot of anime K drama people that they love K-pop as well. So it's kind of like we all are in the same family of fandomhood. But we shall see about SM. The last story I want to talk about before I get up out of here, because I do feel a little bit better, because I was dragging ass earlier. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I'm starting to feel is the guy from Astro. Yeah, wrestling too. Wrestling, yeah, I was a big wrestling fan as a kid. The guy from Astro. Okay. Cha, what is his name? Cha Eun-woo. Okay. Who's in the news for the tax evasion. Now, I have a huge deep dive coming up on Monday. I had written out all this stuff about taxes, and I will explain it in layman's terms. I will explain it in simple terms. Whatever. I will try to do my best to explain the tax things in simple terms. I am an accountant by trade, but I will try to explain it. But this video is not about that. This video, this live stream, we're gonna talk about the backlash. They are on his ass, y'all. They are on his ass. I didn't read so many. Like, this is what I don't like about Korea. Once you do one thing wrong, and like I said, the tax evasion thing is kind of a big deal, okay, in South Korea. But once you do that, now the conversation has veered off, okay? So we didn't, there's stories still coming out about the mom and the paper company and the eel restaurant. Like I said, we're going to get all into that on Monday. Watch my video. I'm going to get all into that about the charges and the accusations about him tax evading. But what has happened now? They all up in this dude's business. So they pulling out videos of him with women. I saw these videos. They ain't about nothing. They dragging other people. They dragging a dude from 17. What's his name? Mingyu or whatever from 17, because they friends. So if you didn't know, Cha Eun-woo is part of a group called the 97ers. Okay? The 97s. 97ers, 97 liners, whatever you want to call them. So it's a bunch of them born in 97 that's all cool. And guess who's part of this group? Jungkook. So Jungkook is part of this group as well. So again, I didn't care about Astro Dude until now they started bringing up personal stuff about his life. Now they starting to get everybody else in the 97s. And it's just a matter of time before they drag Jungkook into this bullshit. Wait for it. It's just a matter of time before they start dragging. So they started dragging other idols into their talking about their taxes and shit like this. So other idols have been caught up recently as well. He's not the only one, but he's the biggest. $13 million. They are saying that the tax service, the South Korean National Tax Authority, is saying that he owes upward to $13 million. That his mom, and like again, we're going to talk about the paper companies and how this is normal in South Korea. I've talked about this before in live streams. If you watch my live streams from a long time ago, when we were talking about Bong PD and that whole IPO thing, and they were talking about Jungkook and how his money got stolen, somebody hacked into us. I said in that video jokingly, I said, well, a lot of them do have the homie hookup. I said with the IPO thing that the other company that supposedly sold the shares or whatever, I said it was Bong PD's homie hookup. When Jungkook's shit got hacked and they stole money, I said, well, who's doing his accounting? I said, is it his cousin them? The reason I said that for a reason, and I said it many times, I said, Jungkook didn't got caught up. He probably got his cousin doing his taxes. Now, I said that with jest. But to be honest and be serious, a lot of idols have families that have these separate entertainment consulting companies that work in conjunction with the idol to do like consulting, that will do their wardrobe, that will handle their branding deals, kind of like their agent, okay? Kind of like an agent. Because the agency itself, like Hybe or JYP, is not really like do a lot of what we would consider like things an agent or a manager would do. Like like they have a management team to manage like their rehearsals and stuff like that. But we're talking about people there that need to manage their money and their branding deals and stuff like that. People use these companies that their families start as a way to hide their money. So it's like a tax shelter, kind of. Because in South Korea, being taxed as an individual is one tax rate. It's like 45%. But being taxed as a corporation is 24%. So a lot of these idols will put a lot of money into these entertainment consulting companies that their family is running. This dude from Astro, his mom ran a company called Fantagio, and they said the company didn't exist. They said they went to the address. They said the address was empty. They went to another address. It said it linked to his family's restaurant. They do have a restaurant. They were saying this company don't exist. So a paper company is basically a company that don't have no employees, don't have an address, that is just used as a way for the idols to hide their money. And again, I'm going to get on to it. But people been dragging this dude for filth. They got online and talk about his plastic surgery, y'all. These people is talking about his plastic surgery. They talking about what girls he knew. They calling him a womanizer. They done said he got too much damn plastic surgery. I said, oh no. It done let out the floodgates. This man done donated to charities. They done pulled out the charities. He done had branding deals that been frozen because of all this. Baby, they didn't call this man everything but a child of God. Do you hear me? He is a womanizer. Let me run it down. He is a womanizer. He is a liar. He is a thief. He is a criminal. He got too much damn plastic surgery. And the charities that he donated to weren't shit. That's basically a rundown of what's going on with this man right now. And they looking at all his friends and associates. So y'all get ready. They already done pulled up videos with him and the 17 dude from 2018. I said, y'all are pulling up videos from 2018? I'm like, that was 2018. Baby, this man can't even, he in the military right now, and he can't even defend himself because he's in the military. They're pulling up things where he went out to restaurants, and they was like, look, he didn't spend all this damn money. He spent all his money. He can't pay his taxes. I said, oh, for the love of God and everything that's holy. Like, this man, he can't even be at a restaurant 5 years ago. I'm like, y'all pulling out old video? Look at him at this restaurant eating. Oh, that was like 4 years ago. Like, yeah, but he wasn't paying his taxes. I'm like, oh, God. Like, this, look at his face. Look at all the plastic surgery. I said, yeah, he lost at least 2 brand deals. Right? He gonna have like 6 baby mamas. Yes, Ice Queen. He gonna have 6 baby mamas. He gonna have 1 abusive relationship. He gonna essay somebody. I mean, I'm just looking at this online going, what's next? What else are y'all finna accuse this poor guy of? So all of this tax evasion story has now got people digging into this dude's background hard. Hard. They accusing this dude of everything. I'm surprised he ain't gonna come out. He Jack the Ripper. Whatever. They like he was there. It was the 1800s. He time traveled. I was like, damn, he didn't time travel too? He was Jack the Ripper? Oh damn. I mean, for real. It's like, who's been messing up everything? It was him all along. I didn't even know. it is unbelievable, Lisa. Right. My electricity ain't working. Damn you. There are people asking him for him to get tossed from the group. Like, this is stupid. This is stupid. Yes, people are accusing him of everything. And like I said, they still investigating. His mom released a statement and he released a statement saying, can we let the investigation, can we present evidence? They ain't even had time enough to even present evidence defending themselves. Who's been messing up everything? It was him all along. Really, they gonna be like, baby. I was like, can we at least wait for the investigation before y'all dogpile on? Like, we don't even know for sure whether the company that his mom has is a fake company or not. They're investigating to see whether it's a paper company or not. But again, people are accusing his mother of all, and his whole family. And it turned out his father was his business manager. So the whole family is involved in this. He has a brother, he has a father and a mother. Okay. So they're all in business together. And again, this is not anything unusual. This happens in the Korean spaces. I've made jokes about people getting a homie hookup all the time. But this is what happens in Korea. Like, a lot of people's families have their own separate business that the idol is invested into. I just did a video about Suga talking about his mother is the CEO of a company, and somebody was like, is it a paper company? I'm like, no, it's a real company. No, Suga's family company is a real company with real offices, and they have real businesses. Don't y'all be doing that to Suga. I wonder, is there going to be a rip between his mom and him? Probably so. They trying to say that the business wasn't registered. Because anytime you have any kind of entertainment agency or business, you have to register it with the ministry, the Cultural Ministry of Entertainment and Arts and Entertainment Ministry or whatever. But they said the business was not registered. That's what the rumor came out ahead of time. Now, I don't know if the business was registered or not. But his mom has said that the business was registered. I don't know. Maybe the registration expired. Yes, they are dogpiling on this dude. Like, I'm just, every day it's a different story. I'm like, now they talking about his plastic surgery. Then they pulling up videos from 2018, 2019. I'm like, okay, y'all, why are we pulling up old videos? Yesterday I saw haters said it was Hybe who set Cha Eun-woo up. Right, yes, they've said that too. Like, what does Hybe have to do with anything? Like, I'm like, don't drag Hybe into this. It is very insane how, like, in 2 days, this story has been around for 2 or 3 days, how it's just craziness now. Like, people pulling old videos and old posts. And I promise you, some old girlfriend gonna come out the woodwork next, child. Wait for it. Y'all gonna, somebody he done dated is gonna come out the woodwork and be like, he wasn't shit. I'm telling you, I said, I'm just waiting for the ex-girlfriend or anonymous rumored ex-girlfriend to come out the woodworks and say that he mistreated her, he cheated on her. Because again, now he's a womanizer. I'm like, what? Why y'all? I'm like, a woman? What? There's no evidence of what? What? He's a liar, a womanizer, a schemer, a criminal, a tax evader. He greedy. And then now is guilt through association. So now all of his little friends are caught up in this too. They, like I said, they were dragging a member of 17. And the 17 fans were like, like, leave this dude, like, the friends out of it. And like I said, it's just a matter before they start bringing this shit to JK. I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time. So again, the tax authority is investigating and they keep finding more things. This story just constantly keeps evolving. And again, Monday I'm gonna have a deep dive, a whole video where we're just gonna talk about everything so far. But this is crazy how they've dogpiled on this guy. How like all of this over tax evasion. And I'm like, I understand $13 million, but even the number that the tax service gave, that's just an estimate. They have to finish their investigation. They have to see if any wrongdoing was even wrong. They may come back and be like, okay, everything's on the up and up, and maybe he didn't file the right, maybe his mama didn't do the right taxes, she didn't file the right paperwork, and maybe he'll end up owing like $100,000 or something small. So, and then everybody's just gonna what? Go back to acting normal like y'all didn't say all this shit? Like y'all not online calling this man a disgusting womanizer, criminal, ugly, nasty criminal? So y'all, are people just gonna go back to normal and pretend that they didn't say these things? So when he get out the military, is everybody gonna be like, yay? And just pretend that they didn't say this shit? Yeah, they drag Hob and everything. Like I said, I'm watching this going, and they're like, all those 97ers. I said, well, wait, yeah, hold on, not just a darn minute now. Don't y'all be dragging all these 97ers. I was like, y'all, I'm reading these articles. I was like, they can kiss my ass. That's what they can do. Talking about, well, all those 97ers. What do you mean? Like, it's not like the friends know about his tax evading scheme with his mama. Like, allegedly. What they got to do with anything? Why they trying to drag JK in this shit? JK got enough shit going on. They already accusing JK of creating the BTS logo for her tattoo. Yeah, they already on that. We already got rumors that JK is just down bad. And he created this whole Arirang logo for winter of fucking Espa. Like that already didn't piss me off enough. That's the prevalent conspiracy theory. We already got rumors that Jenny is dating V again. Again, which I'm here to say that no, that's not what's happening right now, in my opinion. Now, I may go with the thing that Jenny and V did date back in 2020 and 2021. Now, I'm willing to go along with that. But these mofos up here talking about Jenny and V are dating right now. No, Jenny and V are not effing dating right now. But that's the rumor that's going on now. So JK, yes, let's recap. JK is down bad because he created a whole BTS comeback logo for his quote unquote girlfriend that has a tattoo on his arm. And so they got matching tattoos. So why not? That's number one. Number two, V and Jenny still bad together. Number three, JK apparently is because he's in the 97ers group. That apparently he's a womanizer and a tax evader too. And they should be looking into BTS taxes as well. That's the recap. So, I'm like, leave Jungkook. I'm like, leave these people alone. Leave 17 alone. Good morning from Belgium. You late, but that's okay, baby. You late, you right on time. What do you miss? Look, y'all, it's Marlon. Where Marlon. Marie Miller said, you got her in trouble with her husband. Marie Miller was the one that was talking about, I gotta go, me and my husband finna have some sexy time. Marie Miller said that you got her, she's blaming you, not me, that you got her in trouble with her husband. It's 4:45 in a.m. Oh my God. It's late, baby Jennifer. You up here with us? Oh my God. Yes, there's like a tax evading cabal of 97ers. Yeah. That they're all evading taxes. Right. Why would he create a logo for a comeback? Right. For girl. Like but this is what they're saying online about this conspiracy theory. No, Joy. That's not it. The label was created for winter from Espa. You're not understanding. I'm playing. Girl, I'm playing. But that's what they saying online. But yeah, Marlon, you done got Marie Miller in trouble with her man, her husband. Got her husband all shook up in here. Oh. You already slept a couple hours. You up early then. Right, I agree. I was like, These conspiracy theories be wild. And the evidence they presented for Jenny and V was so nonsensical. Cause Jenny like got up and said something, and she was doing her interview, and she did the peace symbol. They was like, "Look, she with V. There you go." I'm like, "What?" I'm not playing. I'm serious. She was in a radio somewhere in Japan and did an interview, and people in Japan do that a lot. And she was like, "Yeah, peace." The other day was like, she's signaling the V. I'm like, I'm like, y'all can't be serious. I was like, y'all are so unserious. Y'all are not serious people. Cause Jenny said peace. That's her way of signaling that her and V are together. I'm like, yes, you can't even do a peace signal. No, if you Jenny, you can't do this. You can't be like peace out. You can't chunk the deuce. You can't be like peace in the Middle East. You can't even put up two like Jenny. How many pieces of bread you want, Jenny? Like I want two of them buns. She can't do that. She can't tell people she want two. Jenny, don't do it, girl. Like look, her and Jenny's like I just wanted two pieces of bread. Like I just wanted two. How else? Jenny be like, give me two, bitch. Like I don't just give me two. Like they be like, Jenny, when you coming back? She be like, I'll be back at 2:00. They be like, no, Jenny. She can't even say 2:00. That's why I'm thankful I'm not on social media either. Because this shit is stupid. I just read this stuff online. I go to like different websites and I read these rumors and what they're saying on Twitter online. But poor Jenny, she can't even just be. She can't even ask for nothing. She like 2:00. I mean, 2:00. I'll be back. I just be like, y'all, are y'all serious right now? Then there was some outfit she was wearing, and they was trying to claim it was some bracelet she wearing. They were trying to claim it was V's. And not even I saw the bracelet. I like y'all need a hobby. Like y'all, this is not V and Jenny are not dating again, y'all. I just she put up a peace sign and they was like, yeah, there she go. I'm like, why would she even be doing that? Like I don't even understand. Anyway. I don't know where they get the energy to do this. She was at some place and he was at the same place. It's not even within the same month. It was like 2 months apart. I was like, then some bracelet that and then I don't know, like V did some campaign or something, and then they were saying that in some campaign he did that it was a signal to Jenny, and it was just real dumb. I said, okay, y'all. Yes, it's a normal thing for her to throw up the peace sign. I don't know. I didn't. Marlon, read and catch up. Marlon, are you there? Marlon, that's my friend. Y'all remember my guest last week? Marlon was my guest last week. That's my friend, y'all. That's what we call him, friend. Yeah, apparently, yes, it's a huge scandal for BTS and Jennie today. The rumors have been going around. Yes, brands give celebrities with stuff all the time. Sometimes the same bracelet, the same ring, the same necklace, or whatever. I just, it's just like they're gasping at straws at this time. So yeah, I'm just afraid that this Cha Eun-woo thing is going to spread to JK eventually. That they're going to try to be like, aha, because they always looking to ruin BTS comeback anyway. So I'm just afraid that they're gonna like use this as a way to snatch BTS up in some shit. And as always, as they always do. There has been so much, like I said, this is my first BTS comeback. There has been so many rumors, so many conspiracy theories online that I can't even address them all. I can just do the ones that I hear a lot about because there's so many things going on. I go online and look around a little bit just to see is this shit real that people be telling me about. People be telling me all the time, you know what they saying this online, Kiki? I said, no, they not saying that. They're like, yeah, go look. And I go look and I'm like, Okay. I've heard rumors that RM is going to leave the group after the tour. That's another rumor that's going around. That RM is going to leave the group after the tour. I keep hearing that. That RM wants to disband the group. I've been hearing this for months now, but now it's at a it's there a lot in Korean spaces that RM is going to leave the group. There's no indication that RM is going to leave the group or wants to leave the group or want to disband the group. I understand the things that he said on Weverse, and I get it, but this is just ridiculous. Um, it's just it is the stupid fans are fighting over attention, and again, I think most of International Army will be okay with it with BTS. Again, I've said it before. BTS have dated. They just keep it on the low real quick. Like it's really been out of the media. But again, people making up things, I don't support people making up shit or reading the tea leaves like, well, this person was here in July and then this other person was at the same place in September. I'm like, okay, it's a museum. Like I okay, so they can't go to a public place 3 months apart. I'm like, do you know how many other people didn't went to this museum? So are they all dating? I don't. It's just it make my head hurt. Again, the rumors that I keep hearing coming up to their the debut. They're gonna take more swipes at Hybe as time goes on because the Hybe haters, they always come out in full force on my channel. They always report my channel. Again, I've had somebody recently in the comment section accuse me of being on the payroll. Now I want to know where the check at Hybe. I need Hybe to cut the check. I really do. Because again, they've accused me of being on the Hybe payroll. Where my money at, Hybe? Cut the check, Hybe. I want to know. I want Hybe to send me my check. I will give Hybe my address. If they don't want to send it electronically, they can snail mail my check. Because again, if I have another person accuse me of being on Hybe's payroll, I'm just like, where am I at on Hybe's payroll? People accuse me of being on Hybe's payroll. People be accuse me of being on Big Hit's payroll. People even accuse me of being an industry plant. People accuse me of being an industry plant, y'all. People like, oh, well, you a K-pop industry plant. I said, I don't even know what. I'm like I had to sit there and ponder for a minute going, what does that mean exactly? Yeah, Namjoon just doesn't want to be a spokesperson anymore. But the idea that people are blaming Namjoon and saying that he is breaking up the group is so it's there's no evidence for that. There's just people just making up shit. Yes, I'm payola. I've been accused of being on the payroll. I'm like, I wish I was. Hybe, cut the check. Give me my check. Yes. Ah. Yes, Hybe Boy is the one that has stock in Hybe. Hybe Boy is the one that has stock. I just was like, I'm on the payroll. I'm like, what the okay, all right. Like again, I'm still waiting. Oh, it's not Hybe Boy, it's somebody else. Oh, okay. Yes, folks are beyond uneducated. They crazy. I'm just like, if I was on the payroll, I was like, Hybe owe me some money then, cause I told people I've criticized Hybe before. So it's like, how can I be on the payroll when I've criticized them? I will throw criticisms at whoever that I feel that need to be thrown criticism. I am objectively critical about certain things. I don't like everything that Hybe does. I've criticized, y'all know y'all come to my channel, I've criticized Hybe over and over again for doing dumb shit. Whether it be the Minhee Jin thing, whether it be the Sugar thing, whether it be the Jimin thing, JK, whoever. I will criticize, I will throw Hybe under the bus in a minute. Because there are things that Hybe do I don't like. There's things that Hybe don't do that I'm like, okay, why are you not doing this? There are things that happen with all K-pop agencies that I don't particularly like. But for somebody to sit here and tell me that I'm on the payroll over and over again, I like facts. I'm like, if y'all Hybe haters they accuse Hybe of everything besides devil worship at this point. And so I'm like, if Hybe is doing all these things, then I need evidence. I can't have Reddit posters and people writing tweets on X as that's not proof. What people write on on X or Instagram or in a TikTok video is not proof of wrongdoing. Because I've heard a lot of things about Hybe that I'm just like, well, Hybe is fixing award shows in Korea. I'm like, okay, so where's the evidence? Nobody has produced any evidence so far. All the videos I've made, and I've asked the haters, come here, haters. I said, gather around. Present me with your links and evidence. Give me proof from a former employee, from somebody who's an official, a lawsuit, a lawyer. Give me something to back up the claims that you're having. Has some former employee whistleblowed on it? Give me a whistleblower. Nobody has produced an ex-employer whistleblower. You would think if Hybe is out here doing all these nefarious, evil things, that somebody that used to work there would have came out and said, yes, I only know of one person that used to work at Hybe, and they used to work at Hybe in 2018. So they ain't worked at Hybe in forever. And then she gets online and says bad things about Hybe. She's a known hater. But out of everybody that's worked at Hybe, hundreds of people, different divisions, I've only known that one person that's ever came out and said anything bad about Hybe. And again, she ain't worked there since 2018. So it was a whole different company before Hybe even went public. But everybody else talk about fixing mistreatment of idols and doing this and doing that. And I'm like, okay, where's the interview? Did somebody say this in an interview? Did somebody put this on a podcast? Did somebody used to work there, used to be part of the management team, the staff, executive? Give me some evidence. Nobody's provided any evidence. And I'm still waiting. I guess I'm gonna be waiting until I'm dead. I guess I'm waiting forever. Cause oh, it's been a while. Oh, okay, what are y'all talking about? I guess I keep waiting. But yeah, I understand the scandal culture in South Korea, and I understand that the industry is very cutthroat. And again, I try to walk carefully because again, I know three people who are in the industry. And so I try to not like out them. Like sometimes y'all read between the lines of what I'm saying. Um, like I can tell y'all when I throw lobs at YG, it's almost personal it's almost personal. It I could really go in on YG, but I don't. And again, I can go in on other agencies, but I really don't. I can't go in at Hybe because I don't know anybody working Hybe. But I try to like protect my acquaintances and my friendships in the industry because I don't want to out them in any type of way. But but I tell them I have to be honest with my feelings. And sometimes I'll throw little hints out there about certain things that y'all are like, oh, you read between the lines, you're like, oh, I know what she's saying. Oh, I get it. But like I have to tread kind of carefully because I don't want to disrespect people in their job and their position. But then if their company is fucking up, it's fucking up. But I'm just gonna be I'm like, look, I don't like your company. Your company's full of shit. And they will be quick to defend their agency. But if they're part of an agency, I do know some people who are not part of an agency and they're like, let it fly. And so, but I try not, because I'm not a gossip channel, I try to keep people's private information private, but I do try to tell y'all little stuff here and there to just give you kind of like a gleam. But I try to keep people's really private, because there are certain things I will never say on this channel. I will never out certain people. Like there's things that I know that I've heard things that I won't really say because it could really hurt somebody's career if it gets out, even though it's not anything like illegal. I wouldn't consider it scandalous, but I know in K-pop it would be considered scandalous. But things that I find amusing that other people are like, people I know who are telling the truth. Like I tell y'all, I know somebody that went on tour with BTS. And I know this guy went on tour with BTS. And he's kind of a friend of a friend. And he showed me videos, candid videos of him on tour with BTS and so just funny things that he would never show anybody, but he would show people that he knows that I've seen. And it's funny things. It's nothing bad about BTS, but just funny things to see them like letting their hair down and at after parties and during tour parties and stuff like that. it's just interesting to see them really really cut loose, and I find it all fascinating. It makes them a little bit more endearing to see them like their real personalities and how they really act, and them having a little bit too much to drink and them talking shit. And I was like, oh, okay, they just like us. Like, oh, okay. And that they really, the good rapport that they have with their staff, I can tell y'all guys that. I will probably do a whole members video about the things that I've heard of BTS and their staff. And they really do treat their staff really good. I can tell y'all that. The reputation that BTS has with their staff is very endearing, especially within the past 5 years. So I can tell y'all that one pause. I can drop a little bit of tea in this video. That from what I hear about BTS and their staff loves them, like really truly loves them. That they treat their staff, that Hive treats their staff members who work with the groups pretty well. That's why you won't hear a lot of people dropping dimes on them, because they treat their staff really well, like stock options, like not just financially, but the perks of being in like free tickets to their family members, like stuff like that. Like they really do treat their staff members. I mean, it's hard being a staff member, but they do treat their staff very well. Like they do give them a lot of incentives and perks, autographs and stuff like that. Um, so if you guys don't know, yeah, their staff is superb, which they should be. I heard about the big hit employee that came out and accused Bang PD of things. They accused Bang PD of things. Oh, you know someone who worked with them, who been with? Yeah, I know somebody who worked with them, but they're a contract worker. But I just heard things that like their staff adores them. Like that especially the staff that's been there for a long time. That they take very good care of their staff and make sure that their staff are professional and and that they get a lot of perks from being staff. Being a staff member of BTS is like you at the top of your profession. You are working with. You can literally be a staff at BTS and go work anywhere. Like that's what I've heard. If the moment you say you are a staff member for Big Hit and BTS, you can go work anywhere. Within any one of the agencies will hire you just like that if you decide to leave. And some have left. And a lot of times it hasn't been any like hard feelings or anything like that. They just left because they wanted to rise up and do other things. And so they had better opportunities. But they can literally leave and go find a job anywhere. People will hire them just like that. Just because they used to work for Big Hit, just because they worked with BTS. And the people want to be surrounded by the best staff. And inside the industry, Big Hit, I would say Big Hit and BTS are known a reputation as some of the best staff in the business. The best managerial team, the best security, the best drivers, the best assistants. They have each member, I think, of BTS has 6 or 7 assistants at any time. So there's a lot of people that go into them. When they go on tour, they have assistants. They have people that keep their schedules, the managers that keep their schedule. They have assistants. So anywhere from 5 to 7 assistants apiece. Just depends on how busy they are. But during touring, it's a big thing. But you can, I mean, most people have nothing but good things to say about BTS who's worked for them as staff. There are some agencies that treat their staff like shit. That really do. That work their staff to death, ignore them. There's staff members that have been sexually harassed. Like it's a big thing. But from what I know, that does not go on at Big Hit. That they do not let people, sexually harass the staff and stuff like that. That people try to keep a professional, respective distance. Especially being a female staffer can be hard. Especially with some of these managers. Child, that's a whole nother story. It ain't the idols you got to worry about. From what I've been told, it's the managers that you got to worry about. Being a female, especially a young one. When you first come into the industry as a young female staffer, it's the upper managers you got to worry about. That will try it. That would try to be. YG is still a legit guy. I like YG. YG just be doing stuff. But yeah, as a female being a staffer, it's tough. Like a young pretty one. That's tough. I told y'all the story about that staffer that was allegedly dating an idol. Um, And that CEO, he was underage. He was 17. And I think the staffer was like 24, 22. I think she was 22. And he was 17. Yeah, those managers, yeah. Some of them are not. Some of them have slept with the staffers. I'm just gonna keep it real. Like some of the upper management team, not in Big Hit, but in other agencies, behind the backs of the idols and everything, they have slept with other, like with female staffers. So there you go. First gen managers were pimps before they became managers. Ruth, let me put my glasses on. Let me see. Ruth is the comment of the day. As a matter of fact, Ruth, you are speaking nothing but truth up in here, honey. Bay, let me tell you, them first and second generation managers, honey, half of them was pimps and gangsters. Pimps and gangsters. Sometimes both. Yes, those first generation managers, when K-pop first started, they need to keep the thinking was they need to keep the idols in line, right? So in order to keep the idols in line, you had to keep the idols in line. And then sometimes the managers also had to double up as security. Because if you're a small agency and you're just starting out in the business, you need people to do multiple things. So the manager would be the driver, would be the security. They were in charge of scheduling, make sure that the artists get there on time. And these first, second generation managers were some of the most unscrupulous people. Like these people were gangsters. Like a lot of these people were gangsters. They were rough around the edges. A lot of these managers in the first, second generation, they worked around organized crime. And so they knew how to manage people. They knew how to do security. They would threaten people. They would hem producers up. They would hem people up. And even the idols themselves. They had to keep these idols in line. So they would keep them in line. And a lot of these first and second generation managers were abusive, verbally and physically. So during the first and second generation, you hear a lot of stories about young idols who were, how can I put this, whipped, with belts, with sticks, to keep them in line. Very sad. Like these first and second generation managers, yes, they would keep these idols in line. They would physically threaten them with harm during rehearsals. If they were tired, they didn't want to do something, bring in the manager. The manager would get them in line, stand them up there and be like, you punks, blah, 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 blah. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, whack, whack. They would hit them on their arms, sometimes on their backs, because they know they couldn't see it. They would hit them someplace where they couldn't see it. Their backs, their buttocks, someplace that didn't show on camera. So they couldn't hit them in the face. They couldn't hit them. They didn't want to hit them in the front of the chest. They didn't want to hit them on their arms. So would hit them on their shoulders or their backs or their buttocks, back of their legs. They would hit them with a stick. Whack. And I know people who witnessed this. And as disciplinary, they would talk back or this whack. Same thing with the females. There's many stories of different female idols that have been smacked in the face behind the scenes, where the manager is like, what'd you say? Da, 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 da. Pow, smack them. They like, okay. They get pushed. They get smacked in the face. They would tell them, don't punch them, don't hit them, no bruises, but just smack them in the face every once in a while. They'll be all right. That was the kind of the attitude in the business in the first and second generation. In order to keep these young people in line, they needed to be experience some sort of corporal punishment like they were children. So it was okay to hit them with sticks and with belts and yeah, it was crazy. Because again, you're dealing with people who came from organized crime. So, And then, like, a lot of really strange things happen with female idols in the first and second generation. Like, I tell you all the time about these parties. We had a whole conversation about this like 6 months ago. Where I tell you about these parties, these small agencies that need financing, and they invite these Chinese and Korean businessmen to these investor parties where they tout the group out, and the group, the late most time is young ladies, will serve the men drinks and be hostesses for a whole night, and these old lecherous old men. And there was times where things went on that certain women of certain girl groups were offered up, in exchange for funds for the agency, and they were offered up for the night. This stuff went on. This stuff happened with trainees. Happened a lot with trainees, in the first and second generation. So yeah, Ruth is not lying. I can talk and go on and on about that. I know somebody that was around during that time, and it was like the wild wild west out there. Like y'all talk about the things that happen now. It is nut. The first and second generation, they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know what they were doing, and they was just like, they just had to do what they had to do to live it how you live it, get it how you get it. Sometimes they did get the faith, yeah. Yes, that's how the mistreatment of K-idols became something so ingrained in K-pop. Yes, because I'm new to K-pop. So when I came on in 2022 and started, I had no idea these kind of things. I had to have people come and school me, like what was going on. And I had people, like, again, I did a whole video talking about how my friend, when she first got into the business as an intern, went to a party where this Chinese businessman literally cornered her and groped her, while everybody was just kind of looked away and walked off, because he was a powerful man in the industry. And this man is still in the industry to this day. And he groped her in a corner. Like groped her, like digitally penetrated her, because she was wearing a dress. And nobody said anything. And she was told not to say anything by her boss. And she told me about it and told a few other people about it. But nobody, they stood around and did nothing. And she was young. She was about 20 when this happened. It was when she first got into the industry. And everybody's like, well, you know how such and such is. And they all know he gets drunk and he gets a little handsy with some of the female staff. And this is something that she's had to deal with for the rest of her life. That's shameful. And this person still works in the industry. He's still in the industry. But they just told her to deal with it. Why? And everybody turned away. She thought somebody was going to help her. She was like, looking, pleading, like, help, like looking at other people, and they just walked away. Some people even laughed. They laughed. People that she had to turn, people knew what was happening to her, laughed at what was going on, thought it was funny. And these same people she had to turn around and work with, who did nothing, who sat there, these men sat there and laughed. The women looked away and they just kept walking. But some of the men that she worked with every day laughed when this man cornered her, grabbed her boob, stuck his hand up her dress, and digitally violated her at a party where she was ashamed and embarrassed. And they laughed. And these men laughed. And she had to turn around and the next day and work with these people. Why they laughed. Why they like, oh, well, you know how I... And she couldn't say anything because she would have lost her job. Yeah, it is disgusting. Yes. And this happened years ago. This happened when she was 20. And here she was thinking she was doing good in her dream job and invited to this industry party and was all excited and was looking good. And this man, this businessman latched onto her and was like, oh, you're new. And she's like, yeah, I'm new. She had no idea. Nobody warned her. Nobody told her about this man until after it happened. Then the next day they were like, well, he's like this all with the new girls and blah, blah, blah. And this man's probably he still works in the industry. He probably still doing the same thing. They're like, well, he drinks a little bit. He gets a little handsy when he's drinking and, sorry, what? Like this man, and then nobody did anything to help her. And then the shame behind what this poor person what she's had to go through, still in the industry, and bumped into this dude years later, and he didn't even didn't even know who she was. Like he was drunk, and he gets drunk and he gets a little, But but there's men like that. I mean, that's just, in the industry. Like I said, I told that story in the video. Like, it's just disgusting. Like, you don't want to, and he was older than her. I mean, she was 20. I think he was like 50 at the time. And ugh, he was married. This man was married, had kids. He had kids almost as old as she. Yeah, do nothing attitude, yes. It's very permissive in Korean culture, especially when it comes to men. Yep. Even in schools, yes, there's lots of bullying in schools. Yeah, there's not that many. There are women in the Korean entertainment industry that are higher up, but it's a very male dominated field. Still to this day. That's what I said in one of my videos that made me angry. So angry with Min Hee Jin, because she is one of the few females that has actually worked in the industry for a very long time, that rose through the ranks, that went to SM, and SM is no cakewalk. SM was no joke. SM in the early 2000s was no joke. It was hard. You had to be pretty cutthroat to make it as high as Min Hee Jin had. So when people talk about Min Hee Jin, I know what kind of person she is. I feel it in my spirit. I tell y'all this all the time. Even though Min Hee Jin try to get in these courtrooms and try to pretend like she's innocent and she didn't know what was going on at Hive and she was clutching the pearls at Hive. What kind of operation? Are you serious? And you worked at SM in the early 2000s? The early 2000s of SM. Baby, the early 2000s of SM was like the Wild Wild West from what I heard. So if she could survive that, she could survive anything. Cause working at SM was not easy. It was no joke. It was not easy, especially as a woman. And so for Min Hee Jin to do what she did made me even more angry because she's a woman. Because the idea that the attitude of a lot of the men in the industry is that women shouldn't be in charge, that women shouldn't be CEOs and CFOs. It's a lot of misogyny. It's like, well, and then so with this shit that happened behind the scenes, I've said it before in my videos, that behind the scenes, these male executives are like, see, there you go. That's why you don't have a woman running shit. Thanks, Min Hee Jin. Appreciate it. So she ruined it for a lot of other women because of the stuff that she's pulled, which was unnecessary. She could have been left and created her own agency if she wasn't trying to be greedy. But yes, like that attitude is very pervasive now, especially with this shit with Min Hee Jin. This is like these men behind the scenes are like, that's why you don't let women be CEOs and CFOs, and they don't know how to keep their mouth shut. They don't know how to keep their legs closed. They don't know how to keep their legs closed. I know people telling me they have heard executives say that. Well, you don't let no woman become a CEO. They can't keep their mouth shut and they can't keep their legs closed. So thanks, Min Hee Jin. Appreciate it. So that annoys me more than anything. Is that now other companies are going to be more sensitive to hiring, they may or may not be hiring a female CEO or a female executive at that higher level. And for her to get that high, be in the industry for so long, and then the fact that she didn't think about her reputation or what she was doing to other females in the industry, it's like she didn't care. She was fixated on, Min Hee Jin was so fixated on what she wanted to do that everybody else be damned. And that is shallow, one-sided, and now she's in a mess of legal trouble. And I heard that Min Hee Jin going broke allegedly, like all these legal troubles, all these things. They're gonna seize her assets and all this other shit. And not saying that Min Hee Jin don't have money, but the stunts that she pulled, it did nothing for the women in the industry as executives. It just made everybody just be a bit more suspicious of women and think that women are unfit to be CEOs in the K-pop industry. She literally proving these corporate massages. Yeah, she proved them right. Yeah. Yeah, she hate feminists. She hate women. I said Min Hee Jin is a woman hater, allegedly. She hate women. That's why her next group is gonna be a boy group. It's not gonna be a girl group. I can't see Min Hee Jin having a girl group anytime. She sat out there and called New Jeans bitches and all that shit. Min Hee Jin don't like women. She wanted them kind of women. I said it in my video before. She wanted them. She don't like women. for whatever reason. I don't know what kind of trauma she had or what relationship she had with her mama. I ain't gonna go there. We are not going to go there. Anyway, I don't know what kind of relationship she had with her mama. We're not gonna go there. If you know, you know. But she need to go to therapy and work through her trauma. I don't know what kind of upbringing she had, or when she went to school, she was bullied or whatever. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know. May have. She may have experienced some things to the reason why she don't like women. But whatever happened to her in her past, whatever relationship she had, or what happened to her in school or whatever in college, whatever, she need to get over it. But yes, Minnie Jen said that she don't like working with bitches. She don't like women. Again, she need to work through her own personal traumas. She need to get some therapy, man. So she did. Minnie Jen does have a sister that passed away. Why? I don't know what her sister passed away of, or how old her sister was when she passed away. It's very mysterious. I've asked and nobody really knows. Yeah, she was the head of the, yes, TND training development. Yes. So yeah, I don't know what Minnie Jen. I don't know who hurt her. Who hurt you, Minnie Jen? Who hurt you? Because somebody hurt her, and whatever happened to her in her life, I suggest get therapy. But yeah, she don't like women. So I don't think Minnie Jen even cared about. She just wanted to do whatever she wanted to do. So like I said, I ain't got nothing personal against Minnie Jen. It's just the way that she carried herself. The way I can say one thing: the way that Minnie Jen carried herself was unprofessional. The things that she did was unnecessary. But I can honestly sit here and say that some of the stuff that she did was very SM. I don't think I've ever brought that up before, but some of the stuff that Minnie Jen did is very SM. People have told me, "Oh, that's SM." I said, "Is that?" They say, "Oh yeah, that's SM, old school SM." Some of the things that she did is old school SM, allegedly, from what I heard. That's the tricks and the stunts that she pulled is very old school SM. That she learned that from working there. The level of ruthlessness, she learned it from working at SM. And I believe it. I believe that. The things that I've researched and known about SM, I believe that. With all my heart, I believe that. That some of the things that she learned in business was because of the environment that was at the time of SM Entertainment. And it was kind of like an environment in those early days, in particular, of like they didn't really know what they was doing back then. They didn't know what they was really doing back then. Like Isuman act like he knew what was on, but SM did a lot of dirty things to their idols and to other companies. They were ruthless back in the day. When SM was at their heyday, people were scared of SM. I heard that people were really scared in the industry of SM, of fucking with them. It was just known in the industry you don't get in SM's way. That's what I heard went on in the early days. When I said earlier, I'm talking about like the first and second and third, like around those times, especially the second and third generation. I heard that people were scared of SM. Even YG and JYP, they knew that like SM had such a stranglehold on the industry that they had so many connections in the industry. It was like everybody knew you don't F with SM, that they'll come for you in an underhanded kind of way. And that was the reputation they had for a long time until they lost their shit with Isuma, and everything got destabilized. Now SM don't quite have the same clout that they did before. They're still very powerful and very connected, but not as much. But back in the day, like between 2010 and like 2020, like that 10, like 20, I would say 2005 to 2020, SM was a heavy hitter. Like people were scared of them. They were scared to go up against them. Like we talking about some sabotage kind of shit was going on at SM. They were sabotage groups, from what I heard, in different ways with the media, with the press. I've heard all kinds of things. Dating scandals. Baby, I heard SM was out here outing people left and right. Baby, I heard SM was like, who's dating who now? Shit, I heard SM was bringing in idols. Talking about, come in and come talk to me. So, you're friends with such and such? Yeah. Well, have you heard of such and such dating somebody? Well, I don't know. I don't really. Like, baby, I heard they was hemming up idols, baby. They was asking idols, do you know any dating scandals? Do you know if a person in this group is dating? Do you know? And them idols would be scared. They'd be like, well, no, well, just, I may, is such and such dating such and such? I don't really know. I don't know, And they try to dumb me up, or they would hear things. Like idols would just get to talking to each other, and then somebody would go and snitch and tell. And then they would release it. They would go to dispatch and be like, this person, they would release shit like that and get idols in trouble for dating or smoking or gambling or anything. That idol, like they said the SM was like the snitch of the fucking industry for a while. That they were snitches. That they would snitch on you in a minute. That they be scared to talk to idols or SM because they know if they like be friends with them and tell them that they were dating or out partying or something, that somehow it would get leaked to the press, because that's how one way the SM would stay ahead of the game. Snitching. They wanted a kingpin of K-pop, girl, yeah. Yeah, SM controlling who win the awards. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that too. And I don't put them past. I mean, I'm not hating on that. Yeah, Generation, like when Butter and all that was released, that's the third, the fourth generation. Yeah, SM were powerhouses. And they were like, you don't mess with them. Because they would snitch on you and put rumors out. Even if the rumors weren't even true, they would just put them out there, and then publications in Korea would just run with it. Like they would go to their little buddies in the press and be like, well, such and such did such and such. And then they would run with it. And then next thing you know, like an idol would look and then their reputation would be ruined. And it may or may not have been true. It may have been true. But then it may have been twisted. So yeah, SM back in the day they still do have a lot of connections like with the press and stuff. That's why you never hear anything about like their idols really getting in trouble. Like I said with that Moon Tae-il thing, that's when I went down that rabbit hole, because I was like, why is this not a bigger story? Moon Tae-il was a whole essayist, was a grapist, and it didn't get the attention that the sugar thing got. And Moon Tae-il is in prison because him and two other friends essayed a lady at a bar that they picked up. That was a Chinese national. And I'm like, why is this not a bigger story? And somebody had to pull me aside and really explain like the history of SM and the connections that they have in the media and all this other shit. I didn't know any of that. I just didn't understand why Sugar's thing was such a big deal. But then Moon Tae-il, like people stopped talking about it real quick. Like that Moon Tae-il and the Sugar thing happened. I always bring this up. I beat this with a dead horse because they literally happen around the same time. Yeah, SM owned radio stations and everything. And that's because Isuman, he had connections within the radio and the media industry. Because Isuman used to be a DJ. He used to be a DJ. Isuman used to be a singer, and he used to be a radio DJ. He knew a lot of people worked in the radio business in South Korea. He knew a lot of people in the media because Isuman worked in the industry. That's where he started. He started as a singer and a DJ. And he worked at clubs. He worked at clubs. He knew a lot of people in the budding music industry. And a lot of people respected Isuman. Not just that, but a lot of people respected him too. Yeah. Lisa, I talk about that story all the time. Like I literally bring up this story every 3 months. There was 3 members of NCT that were in a hotel room with 2 different women. And the women posted pictures, and the women said things online. And these pictures disappeared from online. And it was a story that I ran upon by accident that I had never heard of. And nobody never heard of the story until I mentioned it. And people are like, are you serious? it was a very serious, real, this was a real story. This wasn't lies or innuendos. People screenshotted the post the ladies made. These ladies proved that they were in a hotel room with these three members of NCT. Like they posted pictures of like the alcohol and the hotel, and they found these women through the NCT manager. Like the manager procured these women for them, because that happens a lot in the industry. I tell people that happens a lot in the industry too, even though prostitution is illegal in South Korea. But these women were procured by the manager to have a night of fun with these three guys, and it was two of them. And that's a story like Lisa bringing up that nobody ever talks about. That story was gone from the headlines like that, and that was in May of 2024 is when this story came out, and this story was gone, just like that. It was boop boop. I was like, oh, story was out of the news, came and it went. And I read the story, and I'm like, I know I read this story, and I had to dig and look it up, and I did a video about it in January 2025 when I talked. Well, no, I didn't do a video about it. I didn't mention that in my scandal video, but I talked about it in my live streams about how, and then everybody was like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, that's a real story. And if you go look it up and dig for it, you can find it. But yeah, the ladies, they posted pictures of everything, proved that they were with these NCT members, and they eventually took all the stuff down and like made their social media private, because fans, of course, was going to their social media and asking them questions and blasting them, and people took screenshots before they took the posts, before they took them down. But they took them down. The ladies took the post down and never said anything else about it. But that story was gone real quick. So I was like, man, that's a story that I'll never forget, because that was so scandalous. And I'm like, why is this not a story? I'm like, this should be a real thing. If that was three BTS members in a hotel room with two ladies, do y'all not think that story that story would have went viral? And I understand NCT is not BTS, but NCT is a very popular South Korean group. They're very popular. They've been around a long time. And as to why this, because again, like I said, if that was any member of Hive, even if it was TXT members, 17, whatever, in a hotel room with three ladies, this story, the Hive haters would have came out in full force. They would have ate that story alive. You would have never heard the end of it. They would have disbanded the group. But nope, NCT members, the story disappeared and they went about their way. Like it wasn't nothing. I said, Lord SM, y'all got the magic touch. I'm surprised they still in the group too. Nothing ever happened to them. Nothing. Like I said, if this was a Hive group, we would never hear the end of it. Yes. Burning Sun, we Burning Sun embezzlement stuff that reported in 2017. Yep, it was replaced in the news. It sure was. They didn't talk about all the embezzlement that Burning Sun was doing. He will now be known forever as Burning Sun. I used to talk about him a lot and Burning Sun a lot on my channel. When my channel first got started in 2024. And these people, the VIPs would flood. And I was like, VIPs, I don't have any beef with y'all. I love Big Bang. I talk about Big Bang all the time. But they would flood my channels anytime I would bring his name up. They would come like vultures. Like, that's why I don't bring his name up. Now he'll be forever known as Big Bang. Big Bang. Because anytime I mention that man's name, like they come to my channel. The VIPs show up. And I'm like, VIPs, I'm one of you. Like I'm a casual VIP. Now one time you try to kiss some butt. I guess so. You gotta pay your dues. Yeah, what Moon Tae-il done was a crime. Was a crime. A horrific, if you read the court documents, which I did, because I talked about it a lot, was a horrific crime. What Sugar did, fall off his scooter, because he was drunk, that got more airtime and more hate than Moon Tae-il. Even though Moon Tae-il did what he did and was on a live stream, on a birthday live stream, may I add. I'm never going to forget this, that I was doing a live stream and somebody came in my live stream and said, oh, Kiki, Moon Tae-il is doing a birthday live stream. I said, what? Yeah, he doing a birthday live stream. Okay, didn't he just lead a group and he did a birthday live stream with fans in there on a birthday live stream after he got accused of SAing somebody. And people were in this birthday live stream. While I was doing my live stream, he was doing his live stream. I was in shock that this person was still had the gall enough to be up here doing a live stream after he had been accused. But again, the mitigated gall, I said, you got a lot of nerve up here. I was so upset over the Moon Tae-il thing. I could not understand why people were all over Sugar. But I'm like, this person left the group. SM just wrote a letter and was like, oh, well, he's resigned from the group, blah, 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 blah. And that's all they had to do. And then on top of that with Moon Tae-il, I tell people forget. Again, I have to reiterate about Moon Tae-il. This person had a history of not being a good person. This person had a history of being a sex pest and a creep. I will keep on bringing that up. There were a bunch of other charges and several other women that was online saying things way before this happened. Other women that were saying that he was a creep and a sex pest. That this guy was a creep. That he had some sort of issue, some sort of intimacy thing issue. And there was rumors going around that this guy, that Moon Tae-il was a creep. That he was a creep. That he was a stalker. That he was a harasser. That he was a pest, a sex pest. And that he was a creep. So, yes, a woman was accusing while Moon Tae-il was live streaming. Yes. Oh, people working with, they talking about the YG and the plagiarism. Did a performance with no signal imagery on the screen that award show set up. The people working with the YG and siblings called it out as plagiarism. Yeah, I've heard about that. I wasn't around then, but I heard about that. But yeah, there are women in his live, yes, accusing him, yes, when he did live stream of being a essayist. But yes, there are women that before that accused him of doing strange things. Like not anything criminal, but just there was one young lady that was younger than him. Because Moon Tae-il, I think he was like in his early 30s. One lady that was probably 19 or 20 that she's allegedly dated him or hooked up with him or something. And he would not leave her alone. Like he stalked her, he harassed her, he took video of her allegedly and threatened to release the naked pictures or video of her or them together. Like it was a whole thing before Moon Tae-il got caught. So he had a reputation of being a ladies' man and a sex pest. Like allegedly. From what I've read online and other things that people have said. And then again, I heard about Moon Tae-il even before this. I didn't even know who he was. The reason why I knew who he was because somebody was online doing anonymous posts on Reddit saying that Moon Tae-il she was in live stream chats on his page accusing him of being a nasty person, that he was obsessed, that he wouldn't leave her alone, that he was a low-key stalker. So that's how I knew who Moon Tae-il. So when these SA charges came up in August, I'm like, Moon Tae-il. I was like, why do I know that name? And I'm like, yes, I said there was some anonymous chick. And I thought the woman that he SA'd was the anonymous chick, but it wasn't. It wasn't the anonymous chick. It was somebody he met at a bar in like Itaewon or something, or Hongdae. So I thought they were the same person. A lot of other people did too, but it wasn't. The chick that accused him of something strange was another chick. And then I heard about another chick that he liked younger women, that he liked really young girls, like not underage ones, but like 18, 19, 20, like he liked younger girls. And that he would get these younger girls and, all gaga over him because he was a, an idol. And he would use that as a way to pick up women. And that he was just weird. Like he was just possessive and weird and jealous and harass them whenever they would try to break it off and like, I don't want to sleep with you anymore. He would show up at their homes. He would harass them online. Like, so yeah, this person wasn't like just came out of nowhere. He had done like a bunch of inappropriate touching with men. Like it's a whole thing. Okay. Like even men, like, there have been accusations of him being a little too touchy-feely with female staffers and male members of his own group, and him making inappropriate remarks backstage about penises and all kinds of stuff. So there's rumors out there about Moon Tae-il just being some sort of weirdo freak. So I wasn't too shocked when they accused him of this. And again, I've said my theory always about Moon Tae-il. I'm gonna leave it at this. I didn't think Moon Tae-il, this was the first time him and his friends that did this. And a lot of people online, we all agree. I don't think this was his first rodeo. The way it was too callous, it was too planned. It was like he knew. I was like, oh, this ain't. To me, it just seemed like, in my opinion, that Moon Tae-il had done this before. It was way too planned out, and he did things to try to avoid he changed the GPS on his phone. He tried to evade the cameras. A lot of us feel like this wasn't the first time he's taken some lady home from a bar and did, probably got her drunk and took advantage of her. And the other women allegedly probably just didn't say anything, or probably thought, oh, I shouldn't have got so drunk, and probably blamed themselves. But I just, the way everything was very calculated, I was like, there is no way this is the first time they've done this. I think Moon Tae-il had done it before. Right. Yeah, Moon Tae-il should have been caught a long time ago. Somebody should have done something to him a long time ago. I don't know what, but I just, again, I can't prove it, but a lot of us think that, like, a lot of people were saying this can't be the first time. I was like, it just don't make no sense. It can't be the first time him and his friends did this. Because why would you even do, he's an idol. Why would you even do this? Like, there's no reason. He could have slept with any woman he wanted to. He didn't have to get this woman drunk and do all this. So I said, this is either, to me, some kind of sick thrill he got out of, and the way they went to the bar, and the text messages allegedly between his friends, like, oh, we're going to go out and have some fun tonight. I'm like, yeah, this sounds like something that y'all have done in the past. So that, but like, again, that's my opinion. But there's enough there with him changing the GPS and evading the cameras. I'm like, how would you know how to do all that if you haven't done it before? There's no way in the world I would know how to change the GPS on my phone and the tracking on my phone to show a different location and evade the CCTV. Seoul is one of the most heavily cities with lots of cameras. It's like this dude knew how to evade the cameras. How would he know how to evade the cameras? Unless he's done something like this before. And then there's evidence that there may have been a fourth man, that he may have called somebody, and somebody may have showed up and got him in a taxi into another taxi. Like, there's evidence that there may have been another man there. Like, if you look it up online, it's a whole thing. Like, there's videos, I've seen videos, and there's kind of evidence that there may have been a fourth guy that they may have called, and who, we don't know. It may have been a manager, it may have been an executive, it may have been, some people said it's one of the NCT managers may have showed up and helped him get this girl in a taxi and move her. Like, it's on video. And it does look like there is a fourth man that he's talking to. And some people trying to say there was just a passerby. And a lot of us think that there was a fourth man that just never got identified, and they just kept it quiet. Allegedly. So, yeah. Yeah, Moon Tae-il to me was a psychopath for sure. Like, the same thing with Burning Sun. I agree with him. I agree that there was a pattern of behavior from him over the years. That he like, if you go back and watch his videos, and I've watched a lot of Big Bang footage, he comes across as a little odd to me. He's a weirdo. Like Big Burning Sun is a weirdo. You go back and watch his video, he's a weirdo. Like, I watched his videos and I'm like, there's something off about this dude. Even a long time ago, before I even knew about Burning Sun, I was like, this is something really weird. There's something off about it. Like, you watch the backstage and the interviews, there's just something really weird about Burning Sun. Like, there's just a manicness to him. It's like laugh hee and then like it's a quietness to him. Like, I was like, is he bipolar? Like, I don't know. But there's just something really weird about Burning Sun. So just go back. If you go back and watch a bunch of Big Bang behind the scenes videos, go back and watch them and tell me, do you think there's something weird about that dude? There's just something weird about him. I can't put my finger on, but it's just, he kind of a creep. He's a weird kind of dude. He's like, his mood swings just seem like, like one moment he's all like hyper and the next moment he real quiet. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on with this dude. I don't know if he likes to drink a lot. I don't know what it is. But he's kind of an odd duck. He seems like the type of dude that would have a real bad temper too. Like, how South Korea let go of Moon Tae-il so much, and now even Cha Eun-woo and they're dogpiling. Yup. You would think old dude didn't SA to murder somebody. Moon Tae-il, he did, yeah. He didn't get none of the backlash that Sugar got. Even like you said with the tax evasion, Taxi Astro. Even with Taxi Astro, he Moon Tae-il didn't get all this. Nobody was trying to pull up Moon Tae-il's background. There was just a few of us online trying to pull up his background and go through stuff. There was not a concerted campaign to drag Moon Tae-il. Moon Tae-il didn't tax evade. He didn't dump drunk off a scooter. Moon Tae-il, him and his friends essayed and gang raped a girl that they met at a bar. So you would think that people would be combing through his background and his family and like they're doing Astro. No, they not. They didn't do none of that. None. And like I said with Moon Tae-il, there's stuff there. There's things there for people if people want to look at it. If people want to dig, you don't even got to dig that hard. There's stuff there. But then y'all gonna do this to Astro because of tax evasion. Now all of a sudden he's a womanizer and he's a criminal and he's a horrible person and he's losing his branding deals and the investigation just started. I'm like, we don't even know. They going through his background. They going through when he was in high school. I done read people dragging people from high school out the wood. I'm like, okay. They talking about in his trainee days. Man, oh, really? We going back to his trainee days, y'all. For tax evasion. We got to go back to your trainee days. What? Okay, like here we go. I think, yeah, y'all want to talk about TLP? TLP got caught with marijuana. TLP is my bias. It's my source. Okay, we talking about my bias and the sore spot here. TLP got caught with marijuana, and that was it. TLP was kicked out of the military. TLP tried to self-harm himself. He tried to take himself out the game twice because of all the backlash. TLP has still not survived because he got caught with marijuana in his system. And really, it was a setup because that chick set him up that worked at YG. He dated a girl who worked at YG and she sold marijuana to several different idols. And when she got popped, when she got caught, she just ratted on everybody. And Daddy YG tried to hem her up and tried to threaten her. And that's why he got in trouble because he was threatening her not to say anything. And you can't be going around threatening folks. And that chick was a schemer and she was a groupie. She was a former trainee. And all TLP had on him was marijuana. They tried to make TLP out like he was some kind of drug addict, some kind of deviant, and TLP was never none of that. And even though TLP is coming out with an album this year and he was in Squid Game 2, and I love TLP. But yes, they tried to make him out like he was some kind of raging drug addict. He wasn't. He had smoked some marijuana and that was about it. And Korea still has not forgiven him because of that. Go figure. He didn't hurt nobody. He didn't grope or do anything strange for a piece of change. He smoked some weed and got caught. And I understand that weed is illegal in South Korea, but the social stigma is so over the top ridiculous. It's crazy. Yeah, they even got G Dragon got dragged into that thing when that actor who offed himself. And there was another chick that was a hostess he was having an affair with, and she knew a bunch of idols, and she was selling drugs to idols too. And they thought that, and then she knew G Dragon, and then G Dragon got dragged into this, and he had to do a drug test and a hair test and all this stuff, and he passed, and it shows that G Dragon is not on drugs. He's just a weirdo. So, so newsflash: G Dragon isn't on drugs. He's just a weirdo. So he's just a weirdo. G Dragon been through a lot. Let me stop. Dear G Dragon, Kiki loves you. I love you. I love you, G Dragon. I don't care what all these other people on this line be trying to call you Pee Wee Herman. They say you look like somebody's auntie. You look, I love you, G Dragon. Don't go. He did have several drug scandals. A member of Big Bang. There was a member, I forgot which group. Was it Big Bang? That he drove over and killed? I think it was. What, G Dragon? Even though they say you look like Pee Wee Herman, I'm not gonna go there. He's just a weirdo. But yes, there was a member. Yes. Daesung, he did was drunk driving and ran over the embankment and killed a guy on a motorcycle. Yes. Yes. And yes. Cookie, not cookie. I spell it cookie. I did it all for the cookie. The cookie. But anyway, y'all, it's been lovely. It is my time for me to lay down and get comfortable and take a shower. I'm gonna text message Marlon and tell Marlon some things, and Marie Miller has some things to tell. And I haven't talked to Marlon all day. Anyway, I thank everybody for being here. We gonna come back here next Saturday. Watch my videos this week. I got a whole video talking about tax evasion Astro. I got a whole, again, I wrote out a whole script and a deep dive about this tax evasion thing and try to explain it in the simplest of terms, easy terms to understand. I got my cat's eye video. I have a bunch of other videos coming out this week. And then whatever news happens with Mini Gen, I'm going to come on here and break it and do a video and talk about it. The storm is getting worse. Everybody stay safe. It's sleeting right now here, pelting against my window. I'm surprised my electricity ain't went off. Hallelujah. And, but anyway, I'm fixing to try to get some rest. I am tired, y'all. I don't know. My energy level's just like, but I've been getting sleep lately too, so I don't know. But I did work out today, so maybe it's because after I worked out, I got a little sleepy. But anyway, y'all, Marlon enjoyed Twice. No, it's going to be me and Jennifer going to go see Twice next week. I will do a vlog about us. Next Saturday, we're going to go see Twice. Now, Marlon will be in San Diego. He's leaving this week to go move to San Diego. So he's moving to San Diego. So anyway, but until next week, you guys. I appreciate it. You have a good night. Bye, y'all. Bye. Good night. Good night. Good night.